All right, let me try and put my right thing on the right screen. There we go. So we're going to be carrying on with the trains. We like trains. I tried to play more scrap mechanic, but apparently we should do variety. I'm not sure. I've been really enjoying scrap mechanic, and I was particularly amused yesterday when I took the seat off and my vehicle drove off by itself, and I was like, "Oh, am I going to have to follow it till it runs out of fuel?" What is the sound doing in this game? Right, where do we get to? Great Jesbourne Woods has a lot of passengers, wherefore... Oh. Did I not turn on cargo dist? Ah! Right. No wonder it wasn't working. I forgot to turn on cargo dist. So this means that these setups didn't work. But now it should. Was having a problem. Great Jesbourne Woods. I think I vaguely recall building this. So the interesting thing is, I've been trying to improve my my string quantity a little bit, and I'm taking 1.6 milliseconds to do each frame. So in theory I should be able to go from 30 to 60 frames a second, but I actually can't. That's annoying. We're actually doing okay. All up, mega interchange. Right, now this has a shit ton of passengers. Good, so it means it's working. So, Great Jesbourne Woods. Is that? Oh, okay, that's a long way. Yeah, as I might have mentioned before, we do have Maglevs coming in this playthrough. I'm not sure we'll hit them this week. Might be next week. Wait. Oh, we do have a Pip and Emma. Control click, double click. Right, there we go. Let's see where this train's going then.
Choo choo.
Choo choo. Yeah, I'm quite excited, by the way. I don't know if you saw the thing about Rackfest, but there's a Carmageddon upgrade for...
Alright.
Like this month's tournament is Carmageddon's. They put one of the Carmageddon cars in, which costs 100,000 fame. So thankfully I'd already ground that out. So I'm like, yeah, cool, click straight away.
Oh,
and
great.
two of the tracks from Carmageddon. But here's the fun part: we should be able to put it into deathmatch mode, last man standing, and then play a Carmageddon map in the Wreckfest engine. So basically playing Carmageddon, but I'm like, that's
Dave, I'm looking at you if you're watching.
That's awesome. So I'm like, oh yeah, I look forward to that.
Oh yeah, there we go. Patch him in. Sweet. I do like having super fast broadband. It's like, there's a patch. I've got the patch.
Yeah, I say, unfortunately, if you haven't, so I have been doing my Wreckfest dailies for quite a while now, but if you haven't, you won't have the 100,000.
I just did one the other day and I got the battle bus.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
The battle bus. That one.
Yeah, battle bus. Yeah. The thing is, with those, you don't have to like try hard. You just have to do them. Doesn't matter. Get gold, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't get bronze, doesn't matter. Sometimes, I do mention this in the chat. If it's easy, I will say, this one is really easy.
Unfortunately, I've managed to screw up my factory idle layout.
Oh dear.
So I need to sort that out. Yeah, I was tweaking and twiddling and thinking, how can I get more research out of this? And that's just costing me money.
Well, yeah, research should cost you money. Your research should be a money sink, I'm afraid.
Yes, yeah.
That bit where you discuss one game while playing another.
I've got all the ratios all wrong. That is the...
But yeah, I mean, what I did is my research was just a massive gold sink. I mean, it really is.
I know how to fix it. It's going to take me a minute to put it together.
It's all right.
Screwed up.
I accidentally did not have cargo desks turned on in this, so it didn't matter where we took passengers. Now it's on.
Now it's turned on.
Now it's turned on. It will passengers actually care where they go, but this means that we can do proper interchanges and stuff. So that's good.
Put some coal into that. Yeah, that should fix that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pip and Emma are they're making great money. Well, actually, no, they're not. They just lost a bunch. They might not be fast enough to make money. Let's see if I can check the route. Are they full? Pip and Emma are full. Like I said, I have mentioned this before. But people are like, we get a lot of viewers watching Scrap Mechanic. I kind of feel that I'm surprised we don't get more on the racing, but getting quite a lot for Live for Speed, not quite so many for Wreckfest, and shit tons for Scrap Mechanic. Sometimes we do get people just wanting to play with us, which is always amusing. Like, no, I'm not going. Maybe in some games, but not that one. Can you imagine how much someone could grief our base in that game? Like how quickly?
Yes, I know how to do this. I'll fix it for you. Oh shit.
Yeah, no. But now imagine they're actually an arsehole. Imagine they're actually griefing.
Yeah. I'll fix it. Oh, yoink.
Well, not even that. It's I've just deleted your base. That's great. They don't even need to do that. They could just simply turn off our defenses during the attacks.
I'll take the fuel out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so that doesn't help. Pip and Emma pull in. Wait, they pull in there, makes. Oh, I saw it come up, and then hold on, let me sort that in a sec. Sorry. Now this is why. So as Mia has done entry and exit signals. No, she hasn't.
Yeah.
No, she hasn't. She's put exit signals on the way in.
Oh, that's wrong.
You don't say. And now this train is doing something very stupid. Right, well, let me tell this one to skip so I can see what's going on. Now, where do I see incoming friends lists? Incoming friends requests. Ah, there we go, the little wavy hand. Now the question is, what? Yeah, so what should have happened? This should have been, there should be no... Ditto there. So that might not have been Esmir. Zebra, it's entirely up to you, sir. If you want to compete against us, go for it. If you want to join and help, do that too. Don't mind. So Pip and Emma are somehow very lost. So they went up through there. Whereas I was expecting them to... Ah, they don't have a choice. That's fair enough then. That might explain why they were making such a little amount of profit. This is what I said to Schalke. When you make your route, check it works. Or at least check it's not ridiculous, which is what's happened here.
That's why I was trying to rename the trains to be part of the route, so I can identify the route they're supposed to be going on by the name of the train. Because otherwise, you're like, I haven't got a bloody clue where they're supposed to be going. Just by the name, you know, and you have to start digging and digging and digging. Spend the entire evening looking at one train's route.
Yeah, well, in this case, I mean, the trains will always take the best route, but in this case, what was happening is the train was going up here, along, into that station, then around, and then around, and then around. So it was taking a huge amount longer than it needed to. Right, where are you going? For Bridge Mines? The hell's that? Okay. Oh, man. Which is fine. But you are a much slower train, so it's holding up Pip and Emma. So that's one thing this game doesn't do. It doesn't understand routes with trains on it and then won't try and seek alternate routes.
Yeah.
So what's happening now is I've got a fast train and a slower train going up the same route, and the slower train has no way to overtake. It is possible to implement that, but it's quite tricksy. I mean, I can try for the stream. So what happens is that a train can now use that, but Pip and Emma, which is still here, needs to hit that junction point for that train's left, which it's not going to, so there's no point in trying to do this. So your trains are neck and neck, and then you have a long section of track with only one signal, and a power signal, and the train will take the empty one. But Pip and Emma don't have the horsepower that Dirty Percy has. So what's happened here is that Dirty Percy is pulled away because it's empty. Oh, a mail tram. I identify as a mail tram. Ah, yes, like a mailbox.
You're forgetting the P out of that. Mail tram.
I was like, a mail pram? A P-mail pram? A mail pram? Yes. I put the P in all the wrong places.
Just like your house, isn't it?
I pee in all the wrong places. Oh God, the zingers. Who's coming up behind here? Ah, then we have Gordon, the passenger train.
On the pacifist train.
But yeah, Zebra, it's up to you, man. If you want to do your own thing, go for it. Quite happy to have you kick our ass. I mean, in my defence, if that happens, I do have the massive drag factor of Max.
I'm not even playing yet.
I know. I think Schalke is Train Fest, I believe.
Yep.
There's an impressive amount of red in your ledger there, Schalke. All apart from your money train, which is doing brilliantly. In fact, your money train's carrying the rest of your company there. Wow, we have quite a big loan. Let's... Now, why are we going so slowly? Total capacity of this train. Ah, thank you, WJG. What would a bust entail? That will make my vehicle going, my company going bust. You see, Gordon, I played. Wait, what the fuck? No, Pip and Emma, what are you doing? They skipped the service to go in. Sorry, they skipped the train station to go in for a service.
Yes.
Yes, but
Stupid, isn't it?
I don't think you understand.
It's an almost system.
They now have to go around the entire loop to get back, so I'm going to have to quickly put some track in. Stupid
Yeah,
trains.
Yes, there is.
Sorry, I'll put a dep on the way in.
What is your company name called, by the way?
iOS Transport, I think. iOS Inc.
iOS Inc.
iOS Inc.
Who's
yeah.
unnamed?
Well, that's someone who doesn't name their company. I don't know who it is. Yeah, so Gordon, I used to play this at college. So I started playing this game, the original. This is a open source remake. When I was about 17, and it had network play, 2-player network play. But you had lots of limits, like you were limited to only 256 carriages and stuff like that. Severely limited compared to what we have now. But what I do is I drop my girlfriend off at college, and anyone who didn't have any lessons that day, we'd go back home and we'd play Transport Tycoon all the day.
All the live long day.
So I don't know if Pip and Emma are ever going to make money, but I'm curious why Pip and Emma are a bit slow.
They're a bit thick.
Well, they should do 100 miles an hour, but they're doing 86. What kind of carriages have you got on you? Yeah, so they've got intercity express carriages, which should have a top speed of 100 miles an hour. But they're doing 92. Okay, they are accelerating, but it's slow. Gordon, my point was, what you're seeing here is not someone who's playing it for their first time. I am playing this with coming up to 30 years of experience. And yet, every time I play it, I learn a whole bunch more stuff. Every single time. Every single stream. Well, maybe not every single stream, but every single playthrough we've done, I've learned a whole bunch more. So it's mostly about... It's about learning the game, and it's about just getting better. It's not about being good from the get-go. And this is what I've been trying to hammer home people in Live for Speed as well. Don't expect to beat us straight away. You have a long hill to climb, and it is about you improving rather than being better or worse than another player. It's about you doing better. That's why the personal best lap times, I've been talking about those. Except maybe between Esmir and I and Shauka and I, we haven't really been comparing our lap times against the newbies because it's pointless. But what is fun is to compare when Max knocks half a second off his lap time. That's the important thing. It's about those people getting better at their own thing and learning. For example, hopefully Shauka has learned not to do terminus stations. We'll see. I'm not hopeful. I think he still will. There's that little laziness. You're going, can I won't bother making it terminus. And then 15 years later you go, I wish I'd made this a terminus. Now it's always the way though. It's always a whole bunch later. It's never immediately. It's always years
have a
later.
look at Liverness Ridge Mines.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, is right. I'm gonna have to do something. Yeah, dirty person in before set there doing nothing. I'm gonna have to tell him to move on.
Wait. Has the mines gone? Wait a sec. Hold on a sec. Where's the nearest mines?
I don't know, but I think
south,
I'd like to turn the skip to go to.
Due southwest. Oh, that's iron ore. Let me bring up the map a sec. I'm sure there'll be one near here somewhere. Industries.
I know.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, there's two coal. There's two coal sort of south-ish. If you go directly up and down the screen.
Hang on, let me zoom in on Liverness. There we go. So the nearest coal mine is due west, not very far at all. Like literally due west. Where is it? There it is. Yeah,
Which way do you mean by west?
left. Forget the diagonals on the left. North is the top of the screen.
Okay.
West is the left of the screen. Due west. Due left.
Okay.
All right, let me just stick a station down.
Yes, there's also 2 south of it. There's 3. Oh, there's no one there.
This was the closest one, though. Yeah, Sunson Mines is the closest one. If you can hook that up and set Percy on his dirty, dirty way.
Right, where did you put a station down a bit, have you?
Yes, it's just west. Or left. But yeah, I understand what you mean.
Why can't I see it?
Don't know.
I'm in the right company, I think.
Well, you can still see it either way.
It's there. Ah, yeah, right. So it's left and up a bit. Okay, yeah.
So
So you want a loop on that
yeah,
track?
just do the same thing that was doing, and then get rid of the old mines. I mean, a lot of it, Gordon, is that I've done track day. So when you go and you do a real track day, unless you are Lewis Hamilton, you will be outclassed by one of the drivers there, and unless you turn up in something absolutely ridiculous, somebody will have a better car than you. And it's about having fun, but it's also, in that case, about people trying to share their knowledge with you a lot of the time. About saying, try to take the corner like this, or, other things. Like when you finish a lap, when you finish your thingy, you see someone, you just say to them, don't leave your handbrake on. And they'll always go, don't leave the handbrake on. Stuff like that. Because someone will forget, and we're all there, we're all beginners, we're all amateurs, we're not in professional competition, and we'll all get more fun at it if we get better. And I've brought that across to our Live for Speed sessions, because that's I'd much rather, instead of me just, if I hadn't taught Max about breaking points and apexes, I would just beat him every single time. 100% of the time. Well, that's not fun, is it? No one's going to, certainly Max isn't going to enjoy it. And there's no challenge for me. So I'm like, oh, look, I beat you again. Oh, look, this track that I've done for 10 years, I beat you on that again. And that's not fun. So, the best bits we've had in Live for Speed have been those amazing runs where for 3 or 4 corners in a row, we've all been within a second of each other. And those are terrifying and brilliant. And I hope that we get more and more of those. And the more that I can do to help that happen, the better. Gordon, Live for Speed is realistic enough that if you're into drifting, you practice off-season Live for Speed. Live for Speed is as good a realistic driving simulator as exists anywhere. I genuinely don't know of anything more realistic. It's certainly not like Gran Turismo, where the idea of realism is just understeer. But yeah, I said on the way to the stag do, I lost control of my smart car 3 times within a mile. The car stepped out. I think it was diesel on the road. It just started to rain. But compared to Live for Speed, feeling the car stepping out in the rain, in reality, is much easier. And I know what to do. What you don't do is stamp on the brakes. Come off the accelerator, steer into it, gently reapply the throttle. And it's funny because I said Max was saying, you never do anything like this in reality. You shouldn't. Please don't drive in reality like we do in Live for Speed. But when something goes wrong, which, however good a driver you are, it will invariably go wrong. Instead of this being your first crash, this is just another crash. You've had thousands of crashes. You've practiced in computer games, and this was actually. If I can find them, what if I can? Your Tube? No, close enough. Burnout adverts. These were brilliant. I wonder if they are there. It was Burnout saved my life. Oh. I've got it somewhere on my NAS. Burnout 2 acclaim adverts. But yeah, our Burnout adverts were brilliant part of this. But am I going to have to upload them? But the advert was basically Burnout saved my life. And the idea was that there I was driving on the road, and the semi lost control in front of me, and this all happened, but then I realised I'd been playing Burnout earlier that day. I already knew what to do, And it's quite a clever series of adverts. I don't think I learned many useful driving techniques from Burnout, has to be said. But that's probably the best thing that Acclaim ever did was advertising Burnout properly. Most of the rest of the things they did were embarrassingly awful. Okay, so Pip and Emma might actually make some money this year. I've improved the route a lot. Acclaim also did a bunch of other stuff that wasn't quite so good. One of the more memorable ones for Burnout was they did a full-page advert saying, if you buy Burnout and you get a speeding ticket that day, we'll pay for it. And the tabloids went ballistic at them. This is encouraging dangerous driving. This is encouraging racing. Shouldn't be banned. Ban this sick filth, all that. So Acclaim then put out an advert saying, we're really sorry, we did not mean to encourage anyone to do this, and we will be withdrawing the offer, and we apologise wholeheartedly, with the subtext of, but thanks for all the free publicity, because that's all they were doing. They were just desperately trying to stir up outrage. They did the same thing with, oh, now what game was it? They promised someone, it wasn't Turok, that what they said was they would oh, you're getting at, you got a, oh god, what was it? PS2 game. I'm sure it was Turok. It was an advert. It was a thing, and basically they pay you if you got an advert, a tattoo of them. But what is it? No, I can't remember. It might have been Turok. No, there was something to do with a tattoo and something to do with the gravestone. Basically, they did a bunch of slightly tasteless advertising things and gleefully, as I said, went, thanks for the marketing, thanks for the free marketing, when people got irate about it. I've said this to people before. If you get annoyed at, let's say, Anita Sarkeesian's video, if that annoys you, for fuck's sake, don't post on Facebook about how annoyed you are about it, because they don't allow comments on their YouTube page. That is why they do not allow comments. So you have to go somewhere else and tell everyone how annoyed you are and how wrong it is and how much you hate it. And it still boggles my mind how few people seem to realise that this is quite literally how the internet works. People will make videos about stuff they don't even slightly believe for the hits, which is fine. But if you're posting about how much you hate it and how angry you are about it, then that's what they wanted you to do. There's a reason that they turned the comments off, and it's not to spare their feelings, because you don't need to read the comments, you can just ignore them. And a lot of more controversial YouTube videos have been doing this for some time now, just in order to get that free marketing. If you see this video, look how wrong she is about blah blah and blah blah. Yeah.
You watched the video?
Oh god, no.
No, the person.
Oh yeah, and they also want your advertising menu, but then they want you to go and tell people about the video. And I said this to people going, I'm going to tell all my friends how bad your game is. I'm like, oh, thank you. Can you make some more friends once you've told them all? Brilliant. I've literally had people say that to me. I'm going to tell all my friends about what you've done, about how you copied Minecraft. I'm like, thank you. Brilliant. I mean, Fortresscraft has been there in the people are so angry about it that they start to actively do ridiculous things in order to let so many people know how angry they are about it. And genuinely, I've just been, thank you, you fucking idiot. I said before, if you genuinely hate something that much, the best thing you can do is to not talk about it. I mean, if we're talking about media, I mean, obviously, if it's children in Nigeria getting exploited or something like that, that's a little different. But if it's a piece of mainstream entertainment that angers you, just don't talk about it. Talk about something you do like instead. That's the one. Thank you. Good Googling, Gordon. Acclaim announced they will pay the funeral costs of anyone willing to put a Shadow Man 2 advert on the headstone of a deceased relative. Did anyone do it? Oh, God. That's what I mean about their sort of lowbrow advertising. Remember Shadow Man 2? Oh, that was probably a game. Wait, no one remembers Shadow Man 2. I don't remember Shadow Man 1. And there was also the God of War one, but that wasn't Acclaim, that was Sony. And that was a bit of a weird one because they had like a goat sacrificed at an event, and that's how it was described in the media. But it turned out to be, A, apparently this is quite a traditional thing in Greece, and B, they then ate the goat. It was like a hog roast, only it was a fresh hog roast, only it was a goat. So it's a fresh goat roast. So it's a bit like having a hog roast, but they kill the pig right there, and then you eat it. Which, I guess it's fresh. I don't know, I've never had freshly killed anything. Well, I had a freshly killed moth the other day. I mean, I didn't eat it.
It's supposed to be a little bit tougher than lamb, but that's why you sort of roast it for longer.
Yeah,
it's traditional in Africa to eat goat.
Yeah, I've had goat. I'm not that taken. Same with rabbit. But
that's why it's usually covered in some sort of delicious tasting sauce.
Yes, well, I hope so. Yeah, but you get this with beef and stuff because you kill a cow and then you 21 day aged is the fancy term for it. But what that actually means is we've let it rot for 3 weeks because it's way too tough to eat straight. So you let it begin to break down the fibres. 21 day age sounds a lot better, doesn't it, than we let it rot for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Which is more accurate.
It doesn't. Rotting implies that the meat is going off, and it.
Well, it is. It is going off. It is in the process of going off.
Well, you just in the process of being preserved, isn't it?
Not really. Preserving meat is a different process. This is.
You can. There are meats where you basically hang it out to air dry them.
Yeah.
And there are meats where you basically dunk them in salt, so they're covered in salt, and then you have to sort of wash the salt out in order to be able to eat the damn thing. So it's basically a big bowl of salt.
There are multiple kind of damage that meat can take.
Yeah.
If it's like single-celled things eating it, it's a little different than the cells dying.
Maggots.
Yeah, obviously you want to avoid maggots. But yeah, I mean, 21 day aged beef is literally rotting. It's not gone off rotting. It's not bad rotting. It's not rotted. It is in the process of turning from fresh meat into rotten meat, and but it tastes better that way. It's more tender. The fibers are beginning to break down. But as I said, that's why we don't call it 21 days rotted beef. You say 21 day aged. And it says only 21 days, not never 7 or 14 or 28. It's 21 days aged. But yeah, that's what I mean about if you had a freshly killed goat at your dinner party. I don't know if it'd be better to have killed it 3 weeks earlier. Not that sort of connoisseur, I'm afraid.
To cook it for longer, I suppose that'll be the upside on that. I presume.
Mostly,
to tenderise it, you have to. Right?
Mostly, it's kebabs. I know more about.
There are some forms of meat where you bury it for some months and let it cook or something in that way.
You let it what for months? Cook?
Put in a ground pit, and it does something for the meat.
Slow cooking's generally a 24-hour process. I don't know of any slow cook that's longer than that. I mean, you can, you've got fine aged meat, but you don't do it with beef. And in those ones, what you're doing is you're restricting the oxygen to it, so it can't age at the same sort of way. Oh, Pip. Emma. I'm quite surprised I'm not making any profit of these, but the route is still not ideal. Yeah, but putting fish in the ground to let it rot, that is letting it rot. And as far as I can work out, that is just a trick to play on tourists. I mean, you should know. You can probably tell us the answer to that, Schalke.
I'm looking up the information because my memory is hazy.
But you know, Sermonstrongen, however you would pronounce it.
Yeah.
Right. Have you had it?
I don't think I have.
Right. Do you know of anyone who has had it who wasn't a tourist or being wound up by someone? Because I know people who've had it, and they are invariably people visiting their mates in Iceland who go, ha ha, try this, it's grim. It's the same thing as the ammonia.
I'm surprised if people would have had it. I don't know about it, but I don't have a positive knowing that somebody has had it.
But this is like, I had some ammonia flavoured, I'm not joking, ammonia flavoured licorice from Holland. And imagine a cat litter tray that has not been emptied in 3 weeks. Like that sort of ammonia. It tastes like cat litter smells. And I was like, oh my God. But apparently they do eat that. That's not a wind up.
There is a dish called Robber's Roast, which I think I was referring to.
Have you ever had it?
No.
I think this is a bit like frog's legs. People go, frog's legs. That's like barely anyone eats frog's legs from France. It's quite an unusual and rare delicacy. And it's something in the UK, like caviar is fucking disgusting. It's raw fish eggs. But it's not something. It's not something that you eat, regularly. Is Dirty Percy the one that you were fixing, Max?
Yes, I've cloned it.
Cloned it, but I thought the other. Well, what's the old Dirty Percy doing then? Did you need a second?
Percy 4 is one that's the Dirty Percy 4 has actually done fuck all so far.
Okay, it's heading.
Insisting on avoiding the bloody station.
Okay.
So I've given him a route that gets him back to the station a bit sharpish.
There's very little in the way of signals on here, which might be why. Oh, it's just left Sun.
Yes,
Wait,
yeah.
Heading for Sunston Mines? No, you're not. You're leaving Sunston Mines. You lying train.
Yes, I've skipped it. No, I've skipped it. I've told it to skip to come back as soon as I can. So number 8 should be coming back round. I've put two platforms in, so hopefully they should both go there and give that sort of lovely continuous collection of coal.
Okay. Bear in mind, there's very little in the way of signals there. If you've got 2 trains, there will be lots of waiting. Okay.
Well, the idea is one waits and the other one goes away and does a thing. So, I can put some more on it. It's alright. Just trying to keep our costs down.
And that's right. It's just there'll be a lot. That's all. Remember, you can just click and drag. Anyway, is Dirty Percy going to pull in, or is it just going to continue lying at me?
Number 4 is about to come in. He's been. He actually went straight to the station to get serviced, and then off that, got a loop in for other reasons. Maybe I should make the loop a little bit closer to the station, but
it's all right. I mean, I personally, Zebra, and I understand this is not a common belief, but I mean, I don't like Zelda either. But I believe that that sushi is again a massive joke by the Japanese, played on everybody else. I not a fan in the slightest.
Nice though.
Yeah, you see, people.
Also, it's served quite quickly when you go there as well.
Hey Alexa, define Stockholm syndrome. As if it's an acquired taste, that's Stockholm syndrome.
It's not an acquired taste. No.
It's not my. It's not like IPA.
Sushi is quite fine.
See, it's full of it. This channel's full of brainwashed sushi eaters. No,
the reason I like it is I went to.
I don't like fish, so. Oh, we have. Well, we got loads spare. We've paid off like $250,000 off our loan today. Go on. The reason you like it?
Percy. The reason I like it is because I went to the O2 for Dancing on Ice to watch Dancing on Ice the tour, and we wanted to get fed. And everywhere was like pubs and were like queue. I'm like, oh great, I have to queue. I thought, hold on, what about this one? There's no queue here. And it's one of those Yo sushi bars.
Oh yeah.
Basically turn up and they got the rotating conveyor belt with sort of all the food on, and just pick the food off and eat. Nothing was hot sort of thing, but just stick it in your face and eat it and walk out again.
Yeah, I
pay for obviously.
I have actually done one of those. I don't like the food, but I do like the technology.
It's very clever. It can be a little pricey though. 'Cause you think, oh, I'll just grab food.
Yeah.
Not realising you're about to sort of stuff like 30 quid down the pan for dinner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, don't forget you were at the O2. I doubt that was regular prices for anywhere. But sushi is an involved amount of work. I mean, it's not. It's all handmade by some some poor bugger who's probably an expert doing it. But yeah, it's not a straightforward thing by any means. You're paying for the craftsmanship there rather than the food.
Yes.
I don't think there's much I can do to optimize Pip and Emma now. They're just simply not fast enough to turn profit.
Do we get faster trains a bit later on?
Well, I've got a big Maglev pack in that I hope I have anyway.
Aye, sailor.
We'll find out in 21 years. Which I think is... Is it a year, an hour? I think it is, so we won't find that out for a wee while.
Right.
Is it a year, an hour? I forgot how fast. Open TTD time speed. Wow, someone wants a more realistic time scale.
Please be slower.
I guess it would need the spatial scale to also be different.
I can't actually find how long it is. Open TTD length of 1 year. How long a road time does 1 year take? Oh, fuck you. I fucking hate people. So, hi, I've searched for the obvious, but I can't work out. Can someone tell me how long does 1 game year take in real-time normal speed? And then response from one of the developers who I fucking hate immediately. It's 30 milliseconds per tick, 74 ticks per game day, and the rest is simple math. Fuck you, you fucking asshole. Just give us the fucking answer. God. 12 minutes is the answer. Thank you. You, Zerius TC, are a lovely person.
I'm not a developer who's just gone off Adam's Christmas card list.
Fuck, I'm gonna shit in his letterbox.
I've been fart spray.
So that means we have 21 years divided by 4. It's about 5 hours, so we won't hit Maglev tonight, unfortunately.
What the fuck? Oh, it's coming to get serviced because getting serviced is far more important than actually doing the fucking job I've asked him to do.
Yeah, that's why I always make sure that you've got if it's a long route, make sure you have a service on the way in and the way out.
Right, we'll do that. I'm going to be naughty and press the button.
No, wait. That's the.
There's no one else on the line. It's fine. There's no one else on the line. It's fine.
Pressing the button.
Yeah.
Boom.
Only he went into servicing instead.
I've pressed the button. Now the train's not doing what I expected. Oh god, no. Aha.
Let's go back in the bloody station. Hold on.
Hey, so the best crashes are okay for goods trains, by the way, because not many people die, so it's not that bad.
He's insisting he can't go straight.
Wow, it's an even worse answer. And this question comes up from time to time. It's a very simple way to measure how long it takes. All you need is a watch or something to measure the time. Start up again, measure the time it takes. Easy. Fucking hell. Yeah, 13 minutes and 30 seconds and 300 milliseconds. Don't press the button. It is the button of it's a button of regret and scare.
Well, he won't actually go where I want him to go. He just goes backwards, and backwards is back to the service station.
That's all right then.
Well, I have to wait another fucking age for him to come back around and start collecting some damn coal. 41 tons of total coal. I've just got to imagine he's sitting on the station collecting his coal. Come on, you useless bastard, move.
I was looking today again at getting a new CPU. For work, not for me. Because we're still building all these worlds for Eden, and the...
Make them a bit sharpish.
No, well, the cloud computer it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's getting expensive. And I was looking at a 3990X Threadripper. This is a 64 core, 128 thread CPU.
Beast.
The CPU, well, do you want to have a guess how much the CPU is, Max? Just the CPU, not the computer, just the CPU. And bear in mind, this is
AMD.
It's an AMD, but it's a regular L3. It's a TRX thing. You can put it into any regular AMD mother. It's not a special chip in that sense.
Okay. Is that the top end, the very highest?
This is the very fastest.
Yeah, the highest tier you can buy commercially, isn't it? Not enterprise level.
I think it's probably aimed at enterprises, but on most before let's look at the Xeon. What Xeon has? Oh my wordy. So the best one is the Intel Xeon Platinum with 56 cores. Wow, that's a
core version.
I think that's 60. Let's have a look. What's the current ones? Rocket Lake. Oh, that's not out yet. Rocket Lake is the newest one. Yeah, so Rocket Lake is the newest one. And at the highest end... Oh, wow. Is it really only 816? That can't be right. Xeon processor with the most cores. But yeah, I can't tell where this is. But yeah, the... Oh, from at least at the beginning of last year, halfway through last year, the 9200's got 56 cores. So this has got more cores than the most core Intel Xeon, which is definitely aimed at it. But the Threadripper, basically, it's weird because they're aiming this at video encoding people, rather weirdly. Anyway, it pulls 280
miners.
Well, no, you wouldn't. If you're using CPUs to mine Bitcoin, you're a fucking idiot. That's like me hooking up my Impreza to a dynamo to run the engine to generate electricity. It works. It's not very efficient. One other thing, Max, the CPU draws 280 watts.
1,300 quid?
3,500.
3,500.
7% off right now. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at getting. Uh-oh, hold on, there's a jam. Oh, right. Bad signaling on my part. Yeah, so that's the one I'm potentially looking at getting just to build Eden Worlds.
Wow.
Like, the thing is, it's don't get me wrong, it's a good CPU and all, but it's not really designed for games. Like, it will run games.
Yeah, it's meant for optimized, being able to just run lots of things.
Well, it's designed for, running lots of servers.
Yeah.
Jay, in answer to your question, you parked an F1 car upside down in the pit lane. And I was like, what? I say, Schalke, I can't speak for anybody else on the internet, but I watch every one of your videos through beginning to end, all of the Wreckfest and Live for Speed recaps, and I find them thoroughly enjoyable.
Well, that's nice for the Live for Speeds, because those are slapped together quite quickly.
Well, yeah, this was long. I was like, bloody hell, 14 minutes. But yeah, you should turn on your virtual steering and virtual pedals so we can see what you're doing as well.
Long ones are easy and quick.
That's what she said. There was one bit though. I'll see if I can bring it up on the stream while my choo-choo trains are choo-chooing around. Let's see if we can just Oh well, what track was it? It was this track. It was the little minis. So there will be physics. These are the right cars now. Oh, bugger! Press the wrong button. There was one bit where, again, it was partly my fault because I was looking at my rearview mirror, but it was quite funny because you hit me and you went ah. But if you watch here, this is mostly for the stream. If you watch, I'll put the playback speed down low because I'm here, right? I'm there, and now at this point, I'm pushing you wide, but I'm watching Max who's just rolling. So I'm paying attention to Max. I'm just looking in the rearview mirror. Now I hadn't looked left, I hadn't looked, but you are on the grass, and you glance at me there, and then you just start to just 3, 4, several seconds later, start to drive across. But you haven't, you see me there, and you go, you know what? I'm going to carry on driving that way. But yeah, but I wasn't paying attention. But you weren't doing your.
I was looking that I was clearly past you, and I'm not gonna stay on the grass forever.
I mean, you didn't. Yeah, but I mean, I was drifting towards you at that point. If I'd known you were there, I would have gone across. But I was busy watching Max pirouette.
How many seconds do you need to notice me?
Well, I mean, I did that entire straight without looking behind me. Not even once. I genuinely didn't, because I was busy watching Max's extensive set of pirouettes.
Your blindness is on you.
I think, though, because you were rejoining the track, I suspect, again, I'm talking about a real race steward decision.
My wheels are at the front.
But
although that does conflict the rules that, like, people returning to the road have priority.
No, people returning to the road absolutely do not have priority. You can't just you can't just pull out in front of someone going, "Well, my wheels were in front." That's why did you ram me? You pulled out in front of me.
It's a little unclear. Have I been like off the road? Like I have not fully crashed there.
No. Again, this is the thing. I mean, this is something we realised when we were doing Burnout is we wanted to reward the player who caused the crash, and that's why we realised there is a reason that insurance companies employ people whose job it is to work out whose fault something is in a crash. It's not that easy, not by any means, to say whose fault it was. And in this case, you know, that was. I can explain to you why I wasn't doing it. You probably should have been driving along looking at 45 degrees a bit more to make sure you weren't going to do it. But yeah, that was just spectacular. I also like the way you edited my flick back, but you got the speech happening first. So I described what happened, and then it happened.
Yeah, I've learned some of the tricks.
Well,
like doing lots of edits.
When you're a famous YouTuber, just trying to forget us.
Yeah. You are implying that I'm not a famous YouTuber.
Sorry, I when you're even more of a famous YouTuber than you are right now, don't try not to forget us, little people. Saying to Max, it surprises me how many people are joining us just to watch us play Scrap Mechanic. I didn't realise it was a bit like when we played Mindustry. It's a game with a passionate following, but no real streamers. So we're actually getting quite a lot. This game, I love this game to bits, but I don't think it makes a very good streaming. So I'm streaming at 1080-30. I'm hoping you guys are getting the full experience.
Are we not a fake streaming thing?
Are we not a what? Sorry?
I think that most that are streaming it are like comparable to our things. Like what is a fake or is it just zero streaming of it?
Bugger. So, Zebra, you said something, but I missed it. Like, if you say something and the chat's gone, I can't. Is there a way to?
The system's optimised, but it's not.
Message history.
I hope
No.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Start again. Use your words.
Interest. Yeah, I hope the interest doesn't go up too much.
The what?
The interest.
Oh, right. Sorry. Interest in on the loan. Sorry, I was confused. I thought you meant like interest in the in watching the game. Now I understand. But yeah, I've just been surprised how many people are watching us play Scrap Mechanic. But I don't. I mean, there aren't enough people playing Scrap Mechanic, so when the big people aren't doing it, we pick up the detritus.
That's right, folks. Go detritus.
Oh yes, know your place.
Bitches.
Yeah, I mean, with I have been quite impressed at the pace of Scrap Mechanic's progression. I think it's actually pretty good. I think the raft suffered from once you'd cracked a few key bits of tech, suddenly you were just waiting. Like once our raft got to the point where we couldn't get any more plastic because we were just like it was we just couldn't get any more. We were just swimming in it, and we had enough water and food. At that point, the rest of it was having fun rather than actually it being any sort of challenge. Whereas Scrap Mechanic is continuing to give us new challenges. And I think my rocket... Oh, remember, Shag, I do have a second rocket engine as well to make it go even more unsafely. But
Have you not installed it yet?
no. I think it's still in my inventory. I said that I only just sort of unplugged it. But yeah, there was a second one. But yeah, our next thing in it is... English, the captive farmers, but they cannot be picked up. They have to be. You have to use the hammer to put them where you want them. So you have to build a flat loader or a side loader or a forklift truck or something to put them into another vehicle to take them away. So that's another. It could be another exciting challenge to do. My only complaint is the very, very, very base materials are horribly grindy to get, but I think they've done that purposely to slow down the progression, so you don't just get through the whole game in a couple of evenings. But apparently the reason that it took so long to get Scrap Mechanic Survival out is because they were rewriting the system to be much better adding stuff. So one of the great things about Fortress Craft is I can add stuff in really, really, really quickly, and that has made a huge difference. Whereas other games have not designed it quite so well. Wait, why are you partially full? Who are you?
Let's see, number
6. 6.
6. Yes, because I told to skip.
Okay.
Person number 4 was up his arse. Person number 8 was up his arse, going, "Where do I go?"
Gotcha. Yeah, so with Fortress Craft, I very specifically have set it up so it is extremely quick for me to add in, more new machines, new data. And same with Eden. I mean, Eden is not going to ship with a huge amount of stuff, but I can drop in a new prop, like a new thing in the world within 3 or 4 minutes, and I can have it in the game without updating the server. So that sort of stuff I can do in a extremely short period of time, and not a lot of games have got that. Unfortunately, I've got it, so that's the reason I can react very quickly. Is we spent the extra time making sure you can do that. So hopefully now Scrap Mechanic has done it, which is the point I was trying to get to. We should be seeing quicker updates because they've had survival for about a year, and a lot of the complaints were that they haven't done enough on the survival in the last year. And I think, yeah, we've been busy writing the engine to allow us to do it. So we'll see. I've really, really enjoyed Scrap Mechanic. I liked Trailmakers. I think we played Trailmakers for 3 or 4 streams, but once we made a super fast boat and a super fast plane and a super fast dragster, we've just kind of run out of things to do. There wasn't like a weightlifting contest or a carry 100 tons the fastest you can or anything like that. Which, as I said, is weird because there absolutely wasn't single player. So in this case, Zebra, the server doesn't need to know. The server has all the data. The server does need to be told to load in the data, but I could add something, update the client, then the client is able to build it, pass the data files to the server, tell the server to reload the data files, and bang, it will just work. It's really, really, really good that we've got this, and I think will genuinely help us.
The power of the J word.
Oh,
Well, in this case, I mean, the important thing is I fucking worked my arse off to be able to say just. I mean, that's the thing. There wasn't a just, but now there is because I have really, really, really worked at it, and that was
mad skills.
well. It's not that. It's because I've been in a situation where I can't add stuff in, so I need to make sure that you could. Whereas if I hadn't derped in the past, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, we're not going to need this. We'll just hard code everything. And then 6 months down the line, you go, you know what? I wish we hadn't hard coded all this.
A mistake.
Yeah. But that's an expensive mistake to make. And it's a mistake that means that you then have to spend 6 months rewriting data driving systems. Drodfield, what can I do to get you to grow?
Great things.
No.
Oh.
But yeah, Zebra, in this case, I would add something to the client, and that's, the graphics, whatever behaviors or data, and then the next step is to pass that data file onto the server, and I can tell the server to live load data changes, because it's an MMO. And I don't even think Warcraft can do this. I pinched the idea from Borderlands. So when Borderlands starts up, what it does is it loads an XML file with all the weapon definitions off the internet. So this means if there is a change, you don't need to properly patch it. You just download the XML. I mean, incidentally, I am aware that all of our passengers are making a loss. They are lost leaders. They are to grow these towns. See, Great Stannis likes us because we are using their power station and the coal mine, whereas the other one isn't. On the flip side, this is not in a great place.
We got monorail.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, did that just arrive just then?
Oh.
Excellent. Thank you, Tad.
Good one, Shaggy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So, Scooby-Doo. Shaggy, it has been seen many times to run away from ghosts with Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great Danes are clocked, which is what Scooby-Doo is, have been clocked at over 40 miles an hour, meaning that Shaggy can run substantially faster than Usain Bolt.
And he's not even using all of his power.
I rest my case, Your Honour.
Are they the same category of
I
athletes?
love that memory.
Are they the same category of what, sorry?
Like human runners and dog runners are gonna compete in separate brackets, I think.
No. Shaggy runs at the same speed as Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is the Great Dane. Therefore, Shaggy can outrun Usain Bolt.
Ah.
Right, so let's see what monorails we've got. I suspect we haven't got any new ones yet, but I think... Oh, we have a... Oh, that's expensive. Oh, it's... Oh, wow. But it only is 87 miles an hour. There's also... So this mods the game a bit more. This is a... I mean, I'm buying it, but it's $500 million. Wait, it's $500 million, and it's slower than my current train.
$500 million?
Yeah, 500 million.
Oh, yeah.
No, it isn't.
Maximum.
No, it isn't. It's 500,000. What am I saying? 500 million. Sorry, I just...
Those zeros will get you.
But yeah, more importantly, but it does take a lot of passengers. But that will take more passengers than Pip and Emma and fit in a small space. What I'll do is I will make an efficient monorail line between Mega Interchange and over yonder anyway. Using the money. We are raking in money overall. Mic muted? No? Testing? Don't think so.
Yeah.
Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Sounds like a you issue.
It does.
Actually, why don't I just go to another town? Let's just keep going this way till I find another. There, Twidlington, Foddingston. Sorry, Twidlington. So this will help Schalke grow the town.
Gersborn.
No, Foddingston.
Right. I'm only focusing make the bank accounts grow.
What, your bank account or the valuables train?
Valuables train.
Valuables train can be very, very, very good.
Yes.
If you can, a fast plane can make valuables even more ridiculous.
Can they?
Oh yes, because they're very fast.
Very interesting.
Wait, hold on, I've lost it. Foddington. Oh wait, that's a different Foddingston. Wait,
What?
there's two places called Foddingston.
Interesting.
Yeah, wow,
Let's
that's...
check for duplicates.
Is that even allowed?
Well, I live in a place in England with a particularly generic name. Like the part of Leeds I specifically live in. And I see signs for it all over the place. There are 28 places in the UK with the same name as where I live.
Oh no.
And Schalke, I mean, you can ask the same question. Did they not check for duplicates? Apparently not.
I do wonder for real towns, like they don't feel the pressure to coordinate to have like actually different names.
No, I don't think they do. I mean, I don't. To be honest, the only town I know of in the UK in the last 100 years is Milton Keynes. Let's have a look. New towns in the UK. Blah blah blah. So the last wave of new.
Price of changing
Wow.
name is quite great.
So, Max, do you want to have a guess at any new towns in the UK? Because there's Milton Keynes. We know Milton Keynes. That's the famous one, 1967. Do you want to name any others?
No.
I bet you've heard of all of them. Peterborough, Northampton, Warrington, Telford. And one of them apparently called Central Lancashire, which is a terrible name. But like, I've heard of Peterborough, Northampton, Warrington, Telford. Didn't realize they were
A lot longer than that.
Yeah,
They
but
declared a town.
no, they were built in the late.
When they new.
They were built in the late 60s. They're new.
Oh right.
It's like, oh,
Didn't know.
I didn't either. So yeah,
Is this Peterborough with the big thin brickworks in it?
with the big cathedral city.
Brickworks.
I guess so. Oh. Yes. Peterborough became an industrial centre, particularly known for its brick manufacturer. It was designated as a new town in the 1960s, and they rebuilt the town and kept a couple of old bits, but it's a new town. Well, I've learned some stuff today. Again, not useful things, but I like to learn. Right, I'm going to build a monorail, and if it's shit, we can just sell it again.
I'm building one.
It does carry a lot of passengers, but oh, it's a fixed length. How exciting! I'm going to rename it Sex Toy 1 because that's what it looks like. But good thing about this is obviously now I have a monorail system and I can upgrade it when it gets better. But yeah, it's a very odd train. So it's a fixed length and it's 420 passengers. And it's already 91% reliable. That's like...
Fancy. Right.
Oh, it accelerates like the clappers though. It's not that fast, but it does get there.
Oh, refittable. Okay. Oh, that's a very, very, very expensive train.
What?
What's
Yes.
this sparkly?
Because it's electric, yeah.
Shiny! Shiny, shiny.
So does that mean I need, like, a power plant?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not that sort of game, I'm afraid.
Oh. It says refittable, and I can only refit it to passengers.
Oh, wow. Now, that whoever designed that is trolling you, aren't they?
I literally built all this to work with... Oh! I've wasted a lot of money.
You're welcome. Zebra, thank you very much for joining us. It's always... I like it when we can play games and invite weirdos off the internet to come and play with us. I think we had some... like the people who were playing Live for Speed, I think it was great. They were really happy to find a busy server with people who aren't taking it too seriously, but also aren't pissing about. So I think they were very happy to find us, and that was good. So yeah, I'm sorry there aren't more games we can play with the stream. That's always something we're looking at, and as you know, hopefully we continue to get bigger and bigger, and that would be kind of cool to have more us versus the stream games as time goes on.
All right.
Not going to hold my breath on that one, by the way, but one day. Come on, Sex Toy 1. Oh, I could have one that services an oil rig and just call it It's Full of Semen. Where's Andy when you need him?
Doing something sensible. Bye.
Yeah, Andy's been really busy.
If it's collecting oil, you could call it Slippery Nipple.
Oh, we could just call it Full of Tuba Lube.
Tubo Lube.
Tubo Lube. Absolutely. So what's the Max? If you're gonna laugh for 10 minutes, you're gonna have to mute your microphone, man. Just stay giggling. Tubo Lube. What was I gonna say? I've forgotten. Yeah, Andy's been really busy because now his company's come out of lockdown. They do heavy industry stuff, and they have got such a backlog of things to catch up with. So he's a busy man. I met him the other day, just going, "You are alive?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've just been busy." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Wait, why does this? It's got in big red letters, diesel locomotive. Does it not want me to use that?
No, it's just red.
Oh, okay.
Shall I start to replace? So Percy's 60 miles an hour.
What can we replace him with? Please be something faster.
Gordon looks pretty cool.
Maximum loan's 3.3 million, so we can borrow another billion and a bit.
Yeah, I'll start replacing all of our Percy's with Gordon's.
Do you want to do it to credit?
No, I'm just going to click start replacing. What I was going to do is I was going to continue to pay off our loan first, because we were nearly there. And then I just spent $500 million. $500,000. Thank you. So I'm still used to the last game that we played, where we were dealing with billions, but we are raking in Well, depending on if we don't spend too much, we're easily pulling in $1 million a year. So as long as we don't, spend
Loads.
Yeah, I mean we're spending out 200,000 a year in construction. No, we're making about $500,000 a year. Positive. Now, oh great, sex toy one just broke down, and it's empty. Oh, I guess it will have to come back, and then hopefully the route will have been updated. Bless Andy. I don't only message Andy when I want something. Sometimes I'm just mildly concerned about his emotional and physical well-being. Also, I've got these models that I wanted. No, nothing at the minute.
I don't even want to know how you just did that, you stupid train. But all right.
Well, the trains do stupid things, like they go for servicing, but they'll just wander off to the nearest service station.
But as we
There isn't one that...
as we pointed out, if a train does stupid things, whose fault is it?
Me not getting the signals up fast enough.
You should have the signals up before you start. You terrible, terrible man. No.
I had to redo it all from monorail. Because this game's freaking being a numpty.
Yeah, these monorails are very expensive.
Right.
Of course, I was very,
Engines
very
are
drunk.
expensive.
I know.
For a Thomas the Tank freaking nuttery.
So I assume this is because of our video on this last time we played, which did actually directly mention Thomas the Tank Engine and friends. Because I ended up watching a video basically going on about how Thomas the Tank Engine is a completely shit engine. So the engine that Thomas the Tank Engine was based on, Great Western Railway bought a bunch of them. They were awful. They ran out of steam too quickly. They were too long to be used in shunting yards. They couldn't do long distance. They were atrocious and all got replaced. Now I'm guessing the Rev W Audrey didn't know this. He liked trains, but he didn't actually work with trains. And he basically they were all gotten rid of within about 8 years or something. So there you go. There's your fun fact. And I should probably know what it is. It's a GWR 060 of some sort.
I found out something interesting. Some time ago, actually. There are trains, or at least were, I don't know maybe do them anymore, but there were trains that ran without fireboxes.
What is a firebox?
The bit that boils the water.
What were they? Well, you're going to have to finish. You can't just stop there.
Well, I was told that there were trains that ran in specific quarries where they made explosives or something. They basically couldn't afford to have any sparks coming out the fireboxes anywhere. So basically, you had a boiler fixed in a position where you made the steam, and then you brought the train round. You filled it with steam enough to make it do just over one circuit, I guess. And then it went away, did its thing, came back round, got small steam, but they basically had no fire in them. They just sort of ran on steam that's transferred from another boiler.
Yeah, I mean, you should really know this, Schalke, because they used them in Finland quite a lot. They'd used sometimes they used steam, sometimes they used compressed air. Seriously? Wow. Because you hit the nail on the head. They used them in mines, whereas there are explosive gases. And some of them you could use the fire to superheat the steam, then turn the fire off. I'll pop up on screen. There's a picture of an air-powered train. That would go off with such a bang, wouldn't it? I can't do it there. But yeah, oh wow, I didn't know this thing. But I mean, I don't know. The thing is, what it doesn't really mention is how far they went. So they're still used. In Switzerland, there was a 9-mile tunnel with compressed air locomotives. Because, of course, in a tunnel, there's probably not enough oxygen in quite a lot of tunnels to actually burn the. You need a lot of oxygen to get a train going, and you don't want to suffocate everyone in it, so they use it there. In Indonesia, there are 2 fireless locomotives due to the presence of flammable bagasse, which is what you get when you crush sugarcane up. I've just learned. And weird, wow. So they only converted them from steam locomotive to fireless operation in 2011. And in Germany, they were building fireless locomotives as late as 1980. So they still do use them. Obviously, when they work, they work. And electric trains are great and all, but if you get a spark, you will not be using that train. Yeah.
That place is gone. Boom.
Yeah, as they do not emit any exhaust except steam, they can shunt into buildings without endangering the workforce, which you can't say for diesel. Considering that shunting locomotives typically work for 10% of the time, with 90% of the time waiting for work, diesel locomotives are quite inefficient because you've got to start and stop them or leave them idling. You think electric trains would work there. A well-insulated modern steam accumulator can preserve pressure for many, many hours and is ready to provide tractive effort immediately. So yeah, a fireless steam shunter is much, much better than a diesel. So they're still used quite widely. Wow. I've learned things. And because they do not require careful monitoring of water levels and boiler pressure or careful distribution of coal, they can be operated by less skilled staff, not requiring a fully qualified locomotive engineer and fireman. I suspect getting fully qualified steam locomotive engineers is quite tricksy these days. I mean, got a similar thing at the arcade. We are struggling to get hold of people who can repair CRTs.
Oh.
Because they're quite far and few between.
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
If you know someone who can repair a CRT, get them to hit me up. Not like
that. Yes, like that. I didn't even consider that. I would have thought you'd have figured out how to make or digitize them.
Well, we can, but we don't, because a lot of what makes a
nostalgia.
Well, it's not that.
Oh no!
I mean, CRT
frame rate stuff. Yeah,
well,
that's
CRT.
right.
Well, it's not even that. CRTs just look better. They literally look better. All the art was designed to look good on a CRT. When you've got a like a checkerboard pattern, you need that little bit of blur. You don't want the razor sharp pixels of a CRT. The games were never designed to have razor sharp pixels. They were drawn on slightly blurry CRTs. We've also got some vector monitors at the arcade, and you cannot do a vector monitor on a normal screen. The brightest dot on a vector monitor is crazy bright, and you get this beautiful bloom around it. And there is just no equivalent for this in a TFT. Obviously, a picture doesn't quite.
We'd have to have something that basically took the picture, processed it to make it look like that and look like that. But then there was a bit of lag and everything like that.
Well, no, I mean, in theory, yeah. I mean, this image here kind of shows it off a little bit. The sheer brightness of the bright part of the. So remember, with the way the way a normal television works, it fires a beam left to right, left right, left right from top to bottom. But these ones, it's the same tech, only it steers the beam. So if the beam stops, it continues to excite that dot of phosphorus more and more and more. So pretty much with vector displays, the less it's drawing, the brighter it is. And the more it's drawing, the dimmer it is, because obviously it takes time to draw the whole thing. But in Asteroids, it would stop the beam on the player's shots. And so, again, I won't be able to show you. So I can show you a picture of Asteroids, and you're like, If you see it in reality, it is beautiful. Like, that dot, you can see the dot in the arcade from the other side of the room. It's so bright. I mean, it's 100 times brighter than your screen. But it's the full brightness of a CRT compressed into a very small amount of location. So you just can't do it yet. I mean, as HDR monitors get better, you will be able to. But it's just right now, there's no way to do that sort of thing. You just, your monitor can't do it. And there's something about that look that is just beautiful. It's really nice, and it doesn't look like a modern monitor. So we don't use modern monitors anywhere we don't have to.
What's the other problem, I suppose, is you have signal conversion.
That's kind of a solved solution. Like what I'm looking for eventually is there is like CRT emulation, so like green fades slower than other colors. So you can run CRT emulation on TFTs, which is getting very, very good now, but you lose the curvedness. So some of the latest machines we've got, like the latest CRTs, you think you had a flat television. You did not. We have CRTs that are genuinely flat on the front. They're really, really... Because that's me, as like, I've seen a flat one, and I sent her a picture of one, and she went, holy shit, that's flat. These would have been 2002. I'd have to look it up, actually.
Right at the very end of that sort of era.
But yeah, like really impressively flat.
Flat.
Oh, 2013? No, that can't be right. 2005, yeah, that sounds more like it. And those are amazing monitors, but they were the pinnacle of flat screen technology. Not flatter, squarer tube, but like that's just a flat front. But the older ones are obviously much curvier, and with those ones, I would love to be able to fit a curved, like not quite e-ink display, but a curved thin display over it, and use that and then with a CRT emulator, so you can't tell. That's my long-term goal. Monitors are going to have to get a lot brighter before you can make them look like CRTs. No, sorry, make them look like those.
Go around the other way. TFTs going to take a long way before they look like CRTs.
They look like vectors, really, more than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to actually refresh the screen now. You want a TFT with a refresh rate in the thousands, so you can actually draw each of the scan lines in turn and fade it and do all that stuff. And there are people doing this sort of research to make them work. But we are upgrading some of the tech though, because we've got these.
Wait, CRTs? People are still messing with them?
Well, no, people are trying to make TFTs look like CRTs. If you can make a TFT look like a CRT, it's a good step. I mean, my new laptop has a 300 hertz screen. You'll get to the point where I can start to begin to simulate the fade of the CRT beam. And if you've got 3000 hertz, you can do an excellent job on making it look flickery like a CRT. I mean, that's not the bit we're really interested in. It's mostly the bleed and the bloom and the blur. I did find a Twitter guy that he just does this. CRT... No, not Canal and River Trust. CRT Pixels, that's the one. But yeah, he did an excellent one recently. It just basically just shows it looks better on a CRT. Unfortunately, they're not doing... Yeah, there we go. I'll pop those two into the Discord. So we've got, first of all, a picture of a... That's a picture. And that same thing, actually on a CRT, looks so much better. Is that going to paste? Discord's like, no. All right, I'll copy the image address then. So that looks a lot better. Obviously, that's quite small, but it adds detail. It blooms and it blurs. It just makes it look a lot better. And it's not that doesn't look as
it's designed to look.
Yeah, it's designed to look absolutely.
Very cool.
Obviously, this is very zoomed in, so don't blow these up to full screen.
No. No.
But you lose detail, but you gain texture, I guess is the best phrase. And plus, I mean, there's a big nostalgic thing going on there. Max, are you accumulating cash here for a reason, or should I continue to pay back the loan?
I'll do it in a second. I'm just fiddling with a bit of railway.
That's okay.
That bit is needed. That bit is.
So sex toy is making us money, so that's good. And this should mean that soon, or for too long, Foddington Woods should just explode. Yeah, because this town's growing every 7 days. I mean, Tad, if you want to help, that's always good. We need 8 stations to grow a town at full speed. And currently it's growing every 77 days. And it is a city.
Where are you at?
Foddington.
Where is this? Where? What?
Foddington.
Foddingston. All right. Oh, Foddingston Woods. Oh. With monorails.
Monorail.
Monorail.
Oh, bugger.
Hey, you got a bank.
Yeah. They don't like me enough to...
That's a lot of valuables in there.
That's what she said.
Oh. It's almost worth playing with the jets just to see if that works. But I need to let my little system run for a little bit and collect some of that money back I lost putting monorail in. I lost a lot of money.
Yes. Me too. But it's okay. I expect it to make its money back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm making my money back. Thank you, oil, for being oil. Oh.
Ah. Now. Didn't think this through. I don't have a refit, but I've now got a monorail run, but I can't refit part of that loco to can't make sex toy a valuable sex toy.
Context needed.
Wait, when the train leaves, it goes. Choo, it makes a steam whistle noise. That's definitely not the right noise for a train. For a monorail.
Train.
Yeah, for a monorail. Choo, choo.
All these are steam. You have all steam and one diesel.
Me?
Oh, unless it's the monorail.
I
case, yes,
have
the
a
monorail's wrong.
monorail.
Yeah, the monorail is wrong then. Monorail, what are you doing?
If chat wants to name some of my trains, I would be game.
Does that say Seed Hatton? What am I looking at? Seed Hatton. Interesting.
What, you've never been to Seed Hatton?
Oh yeah, Seed Hatton's great, man. Lost my virginity in Seed Hatton.
What was his name?
I can't remember your mum's name off the top of my head.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
Slap back, slap talk.
The hat was on the way.
Got expressive on this channel.
Whose engine's here just going slow? Who's ever's pink train number 9? That poor train is struggling.
Oh my word! Is that a Thomas?
It's... Oh, it got downhill some. It's going fast!
Yeah, I mean
Gravity.
that's something
Broke
that
down again.
that's something
Little bastard.
that's something you can ignore, but probably shouldn't. Is the tractive effort. So when it's flat, doesn't really matter tractive effort. When there are hills, tractive effort becomes really, really important.
Mm-hmm.
So what? You've got Express RWS.
Oh wow, I am making money. I'm so glad I learned how to make money in this game.
That helps.
Oh god.
What's the correct train name? Is it 7.5? 7. Can't remember.
No, 6.5. So when you get the double-sided trains.
Yeah, which aren't in this mod. I assume.
No, well, no. I mean, the steam engine. I mean, actually, that's a good point. Oh no, because we'll go on to the Maglevs and stuff. I was about to say you're quite because we haven't had any of the normal trains, but that doesn't really matter.
No.
Because we're now on to monorail. Although the the sex toy is going to be a tricky one to replace because that's a single massive train. But I've just upgraded one of the passenger because Great Stannis, it now has nearly 1,000 people waiting at it.
I think resource production has been cranked up, hasn't it?
No, it's just that. Remember, you were playing the Wasteland mods. It was mean.
Awful.
That was a
Awful.
mean mod. But I mean, I think we did really well eventually. But yeah, it was.
Oh.
Definitely, it was mean to us.
It definitely asked a lot. Which isn't a bad thing, but the way it asked was just very rude.
I seem to be failing to put enough depots around, so I just sent a train to the depot and it's just gone off all around the fucking houses. It's quite a good route, but now I've put a depot on the route, which will help. We are getting to the point now, by the way, where you should avoid putting depots on the railway line. Well, no, depots should have. You should be able to get the train off the railway line quickly and make sure they're going quickly before they rejoin. So if you just put like put them right next to it, a train going in is doing both a 90-degree turn and going slowly, and suck on this. You want to get them off at speed. It's quite an art. It's not one I'm very good at. So trains should be able to whoosh into a depot without slowing down. How's our loan looking? 1.3. Good, that's getting down.
Yeah, trying to smash it. Yeah, keeping an eye on it.
Oh, God. So much money.
Unfortunately,
There it is.
I talked with my mum on the way to the arcade today, so I don't have any fun new electric car facts from the fully charged set. But I have been recommended another podcast, and I'm not sure how interesting it will be, but it's been recommended. But it is a podcast about the future and alternative ways of British homes being heated and cooled and insulated, and heat pumps and geothermal
Heat
stuff
pumps are awesome.
and all of that stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I thought England was upgrading its gas lines to hydrogen.
Did you?
Upgrading.
I don't know.
I thought I heard that somewhere. It sounded
Well,
fancy
it
because it was
might be
like
in the
all
mix.
it does. All it changes is the pressures the gases are at.
Well, bear in mind you can actually add a little bit straight off the bat, like 10% or something like that. So you can start changing over straight away, probably.
Are you
The
saying
problem
that?
you're going to have is,
Go on.
like I say, the problem is that you can't just go. You can't go any much further than that without having to change things,
Can you not?
burners and things.
Can you not?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I
Can-
don't know either. But I mean, you still need the smell injected into it so people know there's a gas smell.
Yeah, but are you telling me then that if I start up my
But
cooker and
hydrogen's so light.
if I start up my cooker and I don't click the clicky switch, I'll get a squeaky voice? The future's going to be hilarious.
Helium.
That's helium.
But
Oh, I'm sorry. Do both of you not think if you breathe in hydrogen, it's not literally twice the pitch of helium because it's half the number of fucking
Only a
dead?
I'm talking 10% of the gas.
Yeah, but if it's pure,
10% of the mix. Plus, it's not just pure gas. It's gas plus the smell plus this, that, and the other.
yeah. But if it was hydrogen makes your voice go much squeakier than helium. The difference is it's quite hard to get hold of hydrogen and very easy to get hold of helium. Next, you'll be telling me you don't.
Yes, I imagine you probably could.
Well, next you'll be saying you don't know what your voice sounds like when you've taken sulfur hexafluoride.
Oh, I know what that sounds like. Yeah.
new heavy metal band.
please note, do not. Sulfur hexafluoride is it's dangerous because it's very, very heavy, so it just sits in your lungs. So when you're done messing around, you have to hang upside down to let it breathe out.
Refrigerant's the same way.
Yeah, is it? I assume.
It's heavier than air, yeah.
So I've got.
You can't exhale it.
I have another quote, by the way, for my aircon that I might go with, and it's these guys are only recommending a 2 kilowatt cooler. They're like, it's fine. You really don't need 2.5. I'm like, oh, okay. And that means there's no special wiring. It's just a plug. And
Bear in mind what you've got at the moment to cool the room.
Yeah, I've got 1200. I've got 1200 at the minute, but that's 1200 of internal.
Yeah, so yeah, a little bit more.
Well,
the heat doesn't escape the room.
Yeah, the heat doesn't escape the room. The hot bit's not inside the room. It's massively more efficient. It's 15 years newer. The problem I've got is if I go, yeah, 2000 watts is fine, and I go, shit, I really wish I got a better one. That's there's not really an upgrade path. It's get rid of it and get a new one. But the current one is capable of getting it cold in here, but it takes a while. And it's also on the floor, so it's not up in the ceiling, so it's not really displacing the air. But I actually think it will do enough. But the advantage is these just come with plug sockets, so there's no getting an electrician in. You just plug them in. I was like, nah, maybe. I'm waiting on a quote for that one. I've had so many now, it's all become a bit of a blur.
Oh, atrocious. That's not good. Town is not growing, but I'm getting you. Oh dear.
Very tempted to clone 30 Percy number 4. I know we're trying to repay our lane down the way.
Wait, well, which mine?
Sunston Mines.
Sunston Mines has nothing waiting at it.
The interest rate is very forgiving.
Good. Yeah, Sunston Mines has nothing waiting at it though, Max.
Well, there's a train right there.
Yeah, but there's no coal. Putting another train on doesn't help.
Well, you're not seeing the whole picture here. The 30 Percy 8 is still out of town. This one's about to get full and go out of town. And then the next train that comes along gets sort of 70% full as soon as it turns up. But you're not getting that great rating, so you're getting less out of you're getting offered less of the coal. I thought the ideal situation was to have a train always in the station collecting the coal.
Ideally, yes. I mean, to be fair, Dirty Percy 4 is quite short.
Yes, but it's quite slow as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the other thing. If you wait and wait for us to have enough money, Percy will upgrade to Gordon, like shit tons more horsepower. But we need enough money in the bank. The rule of thumb is you need twice as much money in the bank as it costs to do the upgrade. So I just sit there with, oh god, that 200,000 or something. But yeah, let's just not pay off any loan. It should just start to upgrade stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right there. But the thing is, these trains are freaking expensive.
Yeah.
All right, Mega Interchange is struggling.
What even is this?
What is what?
It's got the Mega Interchange. It just looks like a lot of passengers.
Yeah, because it's an interchange. Foddingstone West. Oh, it's actually the sex toy that's letting me down. This is so. Have you actually looked at sex toy? It's got one carriage that carries 420 people.
Well, all the rest is sort of haxed.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at it, actually look at its little thing, it's only got one thing. However, and I hate to say it, sex toy is making a profit. And Mega Interchange could support another one. It's the other end that's a bit rubbish. It's good money on the way out and not such good money on the way back. It's also not very fast.
If I'm getting video suggestions based on the name of that train, I'm definitely going to be more paranoid about whether they are listening in or not.
I don't think. I could call my train Hitler was right, and I don't think YouTube are going to care.
That's your go-to.
There's
like
thank you. Well, I mean, I don't. Obviously, the point is, I don't mean it.
No, but still like.
I mean, one day, you will have tools, and you will say, scan all videos by Projector Game for the phrase Hitler was right, and there'll just be this supercut of me saying Hitler was right, Hitler was right, Hitler was right. Well, the thing is about Hitler, he did make the trains run on time. It'll just be this. You'll be able to do that. I would really love it if YouTube would let me upload a sound or a bit of music and say, find me all the videos with this in. And I know people have uploaded videos.
That's how the DMCA strikes nonsense work. The lawyers had that tool.
Sort of, because the only way to do it, you can upload a video, wait to get a strike, and that's fine. But you kind of want I don't want just copyright music. I want you to find this snippet of video or audio amongst all of your other ones, but there isn't currently a solution to do it.
Will that open for everyone?
Sure.
Oh.
Okay, so Max, decision time then. Sex toy.
Hello?
Yes, you're still here. Shut up. Sex toy is just left. Sex toy has a capacity of 420 passengers. It's left behind. Oh no, it's left behind 60 passengers. Yeah, so another one maybe. Yeah. As mega
Name this clean coal.
As mega interchange gets busier, that is going to get overwhelmed, but not at the minute. It's not. Probably in Australia.
I'm assuming Shulka is pink.
Shaka is pink, yes.
Yeah. Clean coal.
Delicious, delicious coal.
All right, I've got my loan down to a cool million.
Yeah, because we've got 2 trains at Great Stannis Mines, Max, but it's not producing very much coal, annoyingly. Whereas Sunston Mine is actually producing quite a bit more coal.
Yeah.
Did
sending it over here?
Yeah, it's also yes.
Gordon's at the station right now.
Ooh,
So about to find out how good he is.
Royal Passenger Tram. Has anyone tried trams yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
There's fancy new trams.
I guess I have the issue that I'm more interested in expanding, and I'm not doing diagnostics on how the old stuff is doing.
Streetcar.
Yeah, I mean, to a great degree, Shaka, as long as you use the managed list to ensure stuff is upgraded to the latest shiny version, you kind of don't need to. And that's a one-click solution. Cool, new trains available. Click, upgrade all my trains, done. I'm a bit richer now. Click, upgrade all my Gordons to all my Percys to Gordons. Okay, I'm going to bring our loan up to 500,000. Oh my word! Oh, it's you. I was like, why are you making so much money? What's going on? It's you. You're helping. I was like, oh wow, we're rich lads, we're rich. We're not rich. Say Pip and Emma.
Gordon costs 270,000, by the way.
Yeah, so we'll probably need 500,000. But just leave it. It'll be at the end. It's as the train's going for servicing. Yeah, Pip and Emma is still struggling to make money. It's just too far. And though it's full, it's not. The problem is it makes profit in one direction and not the other, because Mega Interchange is making passengers. Yeah, but the point is that Mega Interchange is making money, but Great Gesbourne Woods is basically empty.
What are these names?
Great Gesbourne Woods. That's a real place, probably.
Yeah, lost my virginity in Great Gesbourne Woods.
The thing, I love the name generation in this. If I told Max I'm going to Great Gesbourne Woods, you wouldn't go, that's not a real place. You'd be like, oh cool, where's that?
Yeah. this is going to be better.
Oh.
Gordon's left the power station before this one's actually turned up to
Look,
collect coal.
look how much money we've got now, Max.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, someone upgraded. But yeah,
Yeah.
all of our purses will upgrade to Gordon's.
Cool.
How is Great Stan? It's got 256 passengers. Whilst there's a train in there. Oh my god. Max, can you just pop to Great Stannis a moment? Or open up Gordon the Passenger Train 3, whichever. Oh, I know what it is. I've hit the nerf. Can you see?
Hit the nerve.
Can you see Gordon the Passenger Train 3?
I'm going to have to go and find him. Hold on.
He's on the list. Yeah, obviously.
Gordon.
Oh.
Gordon the passenger train. Yes, let me
Three.
click him.
Click,
Okay, I'm watching Gordon.
click on his
You watch him?
information,
Yeah.
showing his. Click on his train details.
Yeah.
How many passengers has he got on him?
Some.
Well, more specifically,
Uh,
click on the picture. Click on the picture sheet of A4 and then click on cargo.
total cargo. What?
How many's he got on him right now?
Minus 106.
No,
That's not quite capacity.
no, cargo. The one,
110 for total.
no, the one on the left, cargo. Teach a man to fish and all that. So how many passengers does it have? Does it have on it?
It's just going up actually. Hold on. So it's 100 and...
Right.
300. 200. Yeah,
What?
200 now.
What?
50 plus 50 plus 40 plus
No,
30
no, no.
plus 30
How many?
plus
How many does it have in it? Not what is its capacity. How many passengers are on Gordon right at this second?
200.
Where are you getting this 200
Am I
from?
misreading it?
Yes.
Well, it's... I'm clicking show train details. Is that A4 with the lines on it?
For Gordon the passenger train 3.
It's-
Crap. Stuff's expensive.
For
Oh,
Go-
no, it's Gordon the passenger train.
No, not Gordon the passenger train. Gordon the passenger train 3. Honestly.
Hold on, where's he? He is...
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Just look in the
Oh,
list.
bloody hell. Look at the link to that one. Wow. Okay. Okay.
How many passengers does it have on it?
Bloody hell.
How many passengers are on it?
150.
How many now?
51.
How many now?
151.
That's how
151.
keep. How many now?
152.
That's the nerf. Train's too long.
Oh, I see. It's ridiculously long, isn't it?
Oh, it's not ridiculously long. It's slightly too long. It's one carriage too long, and that means that my loading speed. I think it's like a factor of 10. It's to stop you
Bloody hell.
It's to stop you doing cheaty things.
Oh. So if you get more and more trains in, it nerfs it more and more and more.
No, I mean I think it's under a fact. I think it's literally 1/10 of the normal speed.
Bloody hell.
Damn. Well, this town's in a stupid place.
Ready? Tab, they've still probably got better internet than you.
I mean, yeah, but that's beside the point.
I had a little view into a different world today. My mum's old television broke, so she's getting a new television from Curry's, 42 inch. But she's paid the 45 quid for them to come around and fit it, make sure it all works and talk her through it. And I was like, oh, it's a different world for me. I'm like, no, send it to me, whatever, I'll sort it out. But obviously, mum is not a
Heavy.
not even slightly. So she wants them to come around, plug it, but they sold her all the cables she needs because she's on SCART currently, and obviously now she's HDMI.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
and
That's the thing I don't understand. SCART was a really good design. It was a bust design.
God, I
It didn't
hate
stand very
SCART.
well.
I hate SCART with a passion.
You got in and out and everything.
It might be a good cable, but it's a bitch to try and plug in.
Misunderstood standard.
But it's a bitch to try and plug into anything. That's why I hate it. And it's enormous. Like, the connectors are huge and very hard to get in when you can't see them. HDMI annoys me because it's not double-sided like USB-C.
Yes.
And we're stuck with HDMI.
It's
For the rest of the time, probably.
Like, it's a bit like... It's similar to DisplayPort as well. So you're like, oh yeah, I've got one of those. And then you realise it's DisplayPort after
Yeah.
you've gone and said yes. And somebody, and you're like, ah, shit, I haven't actually got that.
Yeah. DisplayPort is interesting. So DisplayPort's fun thing is
It's got that sort of... it's like a rectangle with a corner cut off.
yeah,
isn't it?
but it's latching. So if you pull it out, it doesn't. And I don't think I like that, because I've pulled hard on them. Like, oh, click, wait, hold on, like, just come out. I don't want you to be latched in. That's all right. But yeah, it annoys me that the HDMI is not a double-sided cable. We are moving to video over USB-C, and I think that's now
that's something already.
yeah, but like that, you'll start to get televisions with USB-C. You'll start to get DVD players and consoles with USB-C out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mentioned I've now got.
The thing that
Gone after you.
I can say at work we get laptops that have they've done away with the docks, and you just get this box, sort of port replicator with a USB-C on it.
Yes.
But it's got monitors. It's got monitors and everything. But you can't buy. I was told, could be bollocks. The USB-C cable you bought from Amazon didn't have the video cable in it. I'm like, it's a USB-C
What?
cable.
No.
Isn't a USB? There isn't a video component to that cable. It's just a data cable.
Yeah, no.
But he went off and bought the official one from Lenovo, and that then fixed it. I'm like, what's the difference between the two cables? There can't be anything.
Well, there might be.
I call bullshit. You know?
One of them might be a £5 cable, the other might be a £30 cable. So remember, I run the Oculus Rift. Quest 2, sorry. The Quest 2 is a USB-C device. To get the video through, I need to be running at a bare minimum of 1 gigabit. Ideally, 2.5 gigabits. Now, I have a lot of USB cables here, and not many of my cables will run at 2.2 gigabit, which is what I tend. My particular USB driver on that machine will ship 2.2 gigabit.
You need thicker cores, better shielding, so on and so forth.
Yeah. I mean, the official Oculus cable actually does 5 gigabit, but it's got optical sensors at each end, so it's a fiber optic cable with USB-C ends on it. I was like, ooh, that's fancy.
Well, I think you showed us the end of that, didn't you?
Yeah, no, that's that's a £90 cable though. That's not a cheap cable. But I've got a USB 3 DP3 a PD 3.0 cable, so that's power delivery 3. And I've mentioned before, this is a 20 volt 7.5 amp delivery system, which is fucking terrifying. That's 150 watts down USB-C. This is absolutely ludicrous and not safe. Like, it's 150 watts is enough. So you buy a cheap cable from China, and it's a cheap, nasty cable that lies about being PD3. That's going to catch fire.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Someone's built an airport. Have they made the mistake? No, they haven't. I take it. Well done, Schalke. Lots of people make the mistake of building the small airports, which are a terrible idea. But yes, I've got a PD3 charger, a PD3 cable, and a PD3 12 volt thing. So this means I can now charge my laptop from my car, which is nice. But
the engine if you leave it running.
No, well, I mean, to be fair, in this case, it's only drawing 45 watts. It's not all that. The reason I've done it though is the power brick for the USB socket. It's a fucking monster. You know, it's that kind of white rectangular one, and you know that's on me. But it's heavy. It's really heavy. But it's a hell of a lot less heavy than the power brick the laptop comes with. So if I'm going somewhere, that'll be the one I do. Now, I won't be able to run the laptop flat out. I think it's a 180 watt laptop, and I think my particular set will only give me 65 watts. So it will go flat slowly, but I don't tend to run laptops flat out. It's when I'm working. It's mostly coding. It's mostly the CPU is idling, really. So I'm looking forward to trying that, because I took the laptop with me at the weekend. The plan was to install some games on it on the super fast 5G, but I had 3 days of no signal. So I have a brand new laptop with Steam, and I haven't installed anything on it yet at all. I've just moved the mouse and I'm going, holy shit, 300 hertz screen. It's like, wow, that is beautiful. But yeah, I got it because it came with a free chair. Looked at the chair. Chair's no good. So my chair has those, it has a headrest in it, and it has the holes for the headrest. This doesn't. This has a magnetic headrest, so there are no holes, so I can't put the straps through. So now I have this really difficult decision. Do I take the chair out, build it, sit in it, and go, this is as good as my DX Racer. I should replace my DX Racer with the Razer chair, and then put this DX Racer on the motion rig? Do I give away the Razer chair to my nephew or something. So I don't think I can sell it. Like, so I've got this very nice chair with built-in proper lumbar support and magnetic things, and hold yourself back, lads, 4-dimensional armrests. So that's a big thing. 4D armrests.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that means they go up and down and left and right and twist and rotate. Like, yeah, okay, brilliant. They're not 4D. I've been to 4D cinema. The 4th dimension is wind.
Oh. I mean, that still sounds cool.
So yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what to do now, because essentially I got this laptop partly because the deal was ridiculous. It was absolutely amazing, and partly because it came with a free £500 chair, which I was going to put onto my motion rig. Because my current chair, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is very tatty. Wow. I sat in that chair every day for half a decade. It's tatty.
What do you mean you no longer accept goods, you little bastard?
Oh, if the town is shrinking and growing, that can happen.
I mean, I will give you credit where credit's due, Adam. Having a very comfortable chair to work and work and play in.
Oh yes,
makes a massive difference. Massive difference.
Yeah,
I'm glad I've got this one.
What have you got?
It's the AK Racing something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean,
got the comfy.
For my 40th birthday, I had an awful lot of people over. And one of the things we did is people were playing racing games in VR, and without exception, people sat in my chair and went, "Oh, well, this is a nice chair. Oh, this is comfy. This is." But I did do my research. I mean, it is a D series DX race, and D series is the super comfy one, designed for all day sitting, or as they said, for the larger gamer. So I like that.
I'm big bound.
So yeah, it is. It's like beds, and I haven't. This is advice I will give that I don't follow. You should never skimp on your bed because you spend so much time in it. Yeah, I should really get a better bed. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time in the chair. But I did think I spent half a decade in that chair. And I'm, even the best one in the world, I'm not doing the motion reg for more than 10 hours a week. So if I put this DX Racer in that chair, it will pretty much last forever. So I was like, shall I do that? Yeah. And then, but this does mean I need to take this big brand new chair out, put it together, and see if it's any good. And if it's good, use it. And if it's not, go, and then put it all back in its chair and give it to Oliver or something. And here you go. Here's a chair worth £500,000. It's not. Don't bear in mind, it's massively marked up because it's Razer. But it's a generic chair that they rebrand in all sorts of ways. But apparently it's a nice chair.
But it hasn't got the fitments that let you put it onto the motion rig.
No. So it will go onto the motion rig. So on your chair, do you have a neck pillow thing?
Yes.
Right. How does the neck pillow thing attach to the chair?
Plastic band over the top.
Over the top? Oh, there's not a hole.
There are holes, but I don't know how you put it through the holes without breaking the elastic.
Now I'm confused. Right. Let me just get a...
Focus affects sleep, and sleep affects mental stuff. So the loss on mental accuracy and such can be like deceptively bad.
Is this why I should get a new chair? Yeah, I know. Sorry, I should get a new bed. I know. Ugh. I'm trying to find a picture of the back of the chair.
Mine's got the holes in it.
Yes. If you got.
But the elastic neck pillow is just an elastic band that goes round the chair. It doesn't go through any holes or anything.
But you've got the holes. Is the point?
Yes. So you can put straps through. Yeah.
The Isker doesn't have the holes, so I couldn't fit. But it's got a magnetic headrest. You see, it's fancy. But it means like I'd have to drill holes in it or cut holes in it, which would fall to bits, obviously. Yeah, so that's my chair there, the Isker. It's quite nice. It's a nice chair, but it has internal lumbar support and things. But
I ripped mine out.
What?
Oh, it was very uncomfortable. Well,
now you're just making me worried.
Also, there isn't a head pillow.
Oh, there is a head pillow. It's magnetic. So it's a magnetic head pillar, so you can just clonk it on, and then you move the magnets around inside. But the problem is, that means I've got no holes to put the straps through for the motion rig.
Just sit there. Unless you could 3D print something and sort of tack it on with some glue.
Well, I'd have to then drill holes in the chair through the taut fabric.
Well, you just glue it on to the fabric. Doesn't it only need to hold it? Because once the changes all across your shoulders, it's going to stay in place, isn't it? You just need something to hold them there when you're taking them off. Surely.
Well, yeah, but it has to go over the back of the chair then.
Yeah, well, I can see where it would go.
Yeah.
And that sort of that bit by the neck.
Yeah, but that's quite soft. Like, that bit's not going to be rigid. That'll be soft foam.
Mine's got I can feel the metal frame through mine. Definitely got a metal frame in that area.
Well, I assume you mean just hook it over just to the left and the right of the Razer logo.
Yes.
But I mean that's not.
So you just put something there to sort of stop it slipping.
But I mean that's soft. That thing there, that's soft foam. That's what
I'm saying. 3D print some sort of like shaped piece of plastic to sort of go, just to retain those straps from falling off to the floor.
Yeah, by falling sideways. Yes, I think to be honest, those straps would destroy the edging of that chair quite quickly. Because of course on the
but then once you've got the plastic there, it wouldn't have anything to destroy.
Yeah, but how would I possibly hold that plastic? I see what you mean. I mean, maybe
It's must be a solvable problem.
Well, I mean, the solution is use that chair and put this chair in the motion rig. But that does feel. I mean, that's an accidentally
logical.
Well, it's not expensive. I bought this chair because that old chair was really tatty and knackered.
Wrapped out.
And I got this chair for free. But it's just the fact that £500 chair in that room. I only use that one when I'm pretending to drive race cars. And this £500 chair, of course, I actually just retired because it is slightly tatty cover. So, but I've just accidentally ended up being very chair snobby.
But it's your chair. It's important.
It is my chair. Where are you going to, Gordon? Liveness Ridge North. Oh yeah, how is our goods doing? Oh, boringly. Okay, we probably need to bring more wood there. Wood, good, excellent.
All bad.
It doesn't say that. It just says wood, good.
Oh. I've been watching Beavis and Butthead.
Are you doing anything specific at the minute? Because running more wood to Liveness Ridge North could get us a bunch more monies.
Percy the Wooden Train sat there, just doing sweet FA, waiting for the train.
Waiting for the wood, yeah. So that's fine.
Ridge Woods guy.
But if you look due west from Liveness Ridge Woods, there's another forest.
Oh yes. Just to the west of Sunstone Mines.
Yeah. So we do have a Gordon.
Yep. I can show him.
Yeah, that'd be good. Because
we're trying to make sure that Dirty Percy 6 gets his upgrade because he's a bit behind.
Yeah.
You want a new train to go there, or do you want an existing train to go there?
It had to be a new one. You can't really do one train servicing 2 stations. You'll never get the rating you need. It's just not possible. Wow, this is an awfully long line with just one train on it. Yeah, I'm gonna increase the size of Gordon the Good engine. Actually, if he's making that much profit, the thing is, I could duplicate him. That means we've got 2 trains, which is probably better than trying to upgrade him. But he'll take 10 years to make his money back. Then again, I guess it doesn't matter. It just means he's... There we go. Let's just clone it. Done. He's just going to be making profit. They both will be. And if you're bringing more wood there...
Yeah. I need to just do the thing with it. Yeah.
I wonder how worrying it is for the train to see the track behind it disappearing.
Not real.
It'd be like the Langoliers. But yeah, at the minute the chair is just going to sit in my kitchen until I've made a decision. I'm trying to work out anything I can do to improve Pip and Emma. I don't think I can really improve their route. It's pretty direct. And they're not really waiting. It's just a long way. And they aren't fast enough to make profit. Now, if it was profitable in both directions, they might. But I'm pretty sure now they are quite full. Sure, I can't just raise the prices. Wrong game.
Real life.
Oh, in real life, I just raise the prices and people haven't got choice. What do they do? Walk to work?
These canals are actually pretty cool.
Oh, there. I haven't looked at what boats there are.
Same boats. Nothing different there.
Ah, shame. I like boats.
That's a good way to move oil around.
It's the best way to move oil around. It's...
What do you mean 0% of the crates have been... What? Okay.
I've learned over the years that when Tad shouts game, he means Tad! That's what he's actually saying.
No.
Yes.
No. Lies and slander.
Yeah, Pip and Emma, they're not actually... They're heading to Great Gisborne Woods. Yeah, they're not actually... Mega Interchange is still not at capacity. Could probably do hooking some
Still hate
more...
my guts.
Hooking some more towns up to it. I mean, I could try a bus.
Like that then.
So buses don't work very well by themselves, but buses do work quite well as feeders. Because then passengers end up taking a lot of money and the bus gets a percentage of that money. What vehicles we got? Oh, we have a whole bunch of weird and wonderful vehicles. Oh, these are passenger.
All the Percys, I think, got rid of.
Uh,
That's 239,000.
no, Percy the wooden train is still wood. But apart from that,
Yes.
all good.
Yeah.
He's
He
fine
hasn't
though.
moved yet, that's why he's not doing fuck all.
True. Yeah, he's waiting for more wood.
I'm tempted to clone him over here somewhere.
What, Percy? Percy the wooden train?
Yeah, not clone him, no, just the layout of the train.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, for whatever that...
87,000 bloody.
Sunston Woods, yeah.
Clone that into this depot. Okay. And he needs to go to different...
And let me rename that one as well. Let it to Liverness Sawmill. But I now have two Gordons servicing it. Because goods are worth a lot of money. So Percy might not make a lot of money, but Gordon will make more money to offset that one. This Percy's way too close to realistically make anything sensible. To the point where I kind of think, should I use road transport? But I've just, every time I've tried to use road transport, it's just been shit. Every time. Just awful. Although I guess they are, maybe this has been balanced a bit because like a wood truck is only £20,000. And that's really not very much money. Whereas the Percy is some insane amount. It costs $3,000 a year. It costs almost as much to run though, so maybe not. But yeah, Percy makes bugger all money. Percy the wooden train makes almost nothing. But Gordon, which is what he delivers it to, Well, I can't say. Last year did make a shit ton.
These tracks seem way more expensive too. It wants like 300 per track.
Yes. It's fair. I'm not struggling for money. A lot of it is having a big loan and just being able, as long as you can make profit with that loan. That's the wrong with the scrapyard thing. We were struggling to make profit even with the loan. Until the loan just got so big it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Or all the world's resources.
Alright, let's put it there. Let's be neat.
Trying to pay down the loan now, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's basically $1 million off the absolute maximum, so.
Yeah, the Thomas Tank Engines are quite cute. They're just, I don't know, they're very well balanced, particularly. Plus, we're going to be moving on entirely to monorails.
And you can't zoom in to see their smiley
But
face.
the monorails
Yeah.
don't carry anything else.
Well, I mean, those monorails shouldn't arrive to the year 2000. So we are running a big monorail and maglev pack that I've completely forgot the name of. New graph settings. We're using generic tram set, because I thought Jack might get excited, and a new monorail set. That's literally what it's called, is a new monorail set. Brilliant. Though I do question whether or not that means maglev is not going to be upgraded, though I don't know why you would do monorails but not maglevs. I don't think we can update the mods we're using, can we, though? Like, in a save. I think we might be able to add stuff but not remove them. Oh no, this one's called a new monolev train set. I've set the focus on monorails and possibly maglevs. There are a lot of maglevs as well that we want to.
Oh, Gordon's making us a decent bit of money just out of that Dirty Percy 8 and 4.
Which Gordon?
24 grand.
Which Gordon?
Dirty Percy number 8.
Dirty Percy Gordon number 8. Oh wow, 60 grand, blimey. Yeah, it's a long way. That's because it's going a long way, and now it's a faster train.
Doing it quite quickly.
It should make even more.
Yeah.
Although I am thinking about trying to separate out the routes a bit more, because we are getting the trains fighting over this return route is getting quite busy.
Yep. Biggest one called?
You mean a Yate Haugen, obviously. That's what I mean about little parts of my brain storing useless bits of information. The name that Transport Tycoon gave to the Concorde clone, the Yate Haugen.
Forgiveness Sawmill.
Where is it? It's right next to the other. It's right next to Percy the Wooden Engine. Like, it's really very close to that. It's too close to that one, but.
Just trying to keep an eye on which route this train is taking to get there, because it's going right past the power station at this stage.
Crap.
Oh, really?
Well, yes. It's not got an alternative. I'm trying to work out which way it's supposed to be going, but I'm just following it right now.
Yeah, I really wish you could press a button and say, show me your... Currently, if you were to warp along your route to your destination...
Just put it in,
yeah, what route would you... What route would you
Yeah.
take? And then you can go, yeah, well, that route's obviously ridiculous. Don't do that route.
Yeah, let's try and fix that.
Yeah, I don't know how you've connected up to live in a sawmill. Because...
Attacked on the end of Stennis Mines.
No. But, like...
No, sorry. Sunless.
Yeah.
Sunstead Mines.
There's definitely no connections there. Let me twiddle a little bit.
It's gone past the power station and is on its way back.
Yeah,
now.
there's just no route. I mean, what you've got there is no route at all. So let me just fix the sawmill up a little bit because it won't currently take any more trains.
Oh, well, the train's on its way. Oh, okay. The train is on its way to the station.
It's not. There's no route to it.
Oh,
I mean,
see.
oh no. Well, there sort of is, but there practically isn't. So
it's coming around the back here.
Yeah, but it won't. It will just park up behind Gordon forever. But let me just fix it. But yeah, we can massively optimize that. There's a much easier way of doing what you did, which we can sort out. Okay, so now the hurdy-gurdy engine should be able to do their things. It broke down. Brilliant.
Yeah. Hasn't been serviced in a while.
That's it. Okay. But yeah, so if you see, can you see the railway line I have just made?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other end of that's the Sunson mine loop. So you've gone this huge route, and we don't need to. There isn't a good route back though at the moment. I can
I'll just stop him for a minute. I want to fix this.
Do you though?
So what?
Want to fix it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got hard on for trains.
It's a shame.
Like trains.
It's a shame this game. So one of the things I really liked about Factory Idle is it at all points measured your efficiency of stuff. And went, oh, you're being this efficient, and you like that. You go, oh, I would like more efficiency. And it'd be nice if this game also, in some way, showed you how efficient or not that you were being. But it doesn't. You know, like
the payoff function like rewards you for being inefficient.
What does that?
Like if you take the goods a long route, then it gives like you more money for the distance delivered.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the issue is how do you define efficiency? Like dollars spent per income. I mean, operating profit is one thing, and Malcolm, Max and I are demolishing everyone. Performance history, on the other hand, not so good. Why not? Lots of reasons. We don't have enough stations. We've only got 12 vehicles. Really?
That sound right?
Yeah. Efficient.
Apparently we only have 12 vehicles. No, we have 18. Like on my... Oh, number of vehicles that turned a profit this year. Okay. I didn't realise that. I thought it was just number of vehicles owned. So I'm not sure if you were around when we chatted about this, Max, but we're going to get Carrier Command 2 when it comes out. I don't know if you ever played the original, if that wasn't...
I didn't think so, no.
So Carrier Command was a groundbreaking game in many ways. And in a lot of ways, it's never been done again. Like, it's never been equaled or copied. So imagine... an RTS game. Okay, so it's an island. So there are a number of islands, and there are two carriers, and you have to try and either kill the other carrier or capture their base. So let's say there's 100 islands, and you're in one corner, and the other carrier's in the other corner, and your carrier can manufacture stuff, and you can attack an island. Like all the islands are neutral to begin with, and you can attack an island and then capture it, and then it will produce resources, and those resources will then be sent on boats to you. So the idea is you have to capture the islands and be more efficient than the enemy carrier. So it's an RTS and a flight sim and a combat game all in one go, and it was really, really good. And this was on 16-bit, so it meant that you were doing real-time strategy, on a grand scale, and then you had to like repair all your vehicles between it and all that, and it was really good, and it was one of my favorite games. I even remember the cheat. You had to type in grow old along with me. Let me check my grow old along with me, which is a Carpenter's song, and it is the Carrier Command cheat. Yes. But the remake, a friend of mine was doing a remake of this and got told to stop because they sold the license. And that was, let's have a look.
On paper, that sounds a lot like Supreme Commander.
No. Bear in mind, by the way, he got told to stop in 2009. Amusingly.
So they're just sitting on the license for multiple years.
I think they've been working on it for this long. But so in the game, you controlled one carrier. Once an island was captured, you could decide what kind of goods it would produce, but that was about all you could do. But it's coming out. There is a sequel coming out, and it looks good, and it's full VR with motion controls, and I was like, ooh. So but it works like Star Trek Bridge Crew. There are 9 unique stations, and you need to do this. I was like, ooh. So
it reminds me actually.
Like,
I'm surprised they made more of that for Doctor Who.
That would be cool.
They will know that the Doctor Who, the TARDIS, it's actually meant to be manned by more than one person.
That would be quite cool. Yeah.
There's stations around the sort of hexagon or octagon in the middle.
Well, do you remember Space Team? I'm sure we've played Space Team.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is a Space Team VR. We were going to release it at the Leeds Arcade, but obviously Corona. And unfortunately, it did very badly. Which is a shame, because that would be basically it. I mean, it's basically Space Team in VR, which is... Space Team is it gone? Oh, it's called Space Team with no space. Yeah, Space Team with no space. Yeah. But yeah, reviews, mixed. It basically just went, but it's a similar sort of thing. Like you stand around. Yeah, hold on, I'll send you that picture. Oh, bugger, that's not what I meant to do. Copy page URL. I do it in the webpage. Yeah, there you go, Max. Is that kind of what you meant?
Yeah. Oh, what's all that? That's cool.
That's Space Team. But apparently their views have kind of gone...
Oh, shame.
I have got it on my... I should stick out my wish list just in case. But yeah, the reviews. I think it might be one of those that going... this game is dead, I can't find anyone to play with. Which is like, well, yeah. Very unstable. Great concept, but not very well implemented.
Well, the great thing about Space Team was the fact that you had all this sort of... The interface was mucking around with the user. It was like, whoa!
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I mean, in this one, if you look at the game, It's just Space Team. Set the flywheel to 2. You're just twiddling knobs. They haven't made the most of the VR, because apparently you can also play it in 2D via a website. And I was like, nah. So a bit, but I've stuck it on. So if it goes into a deep sale.
I mean, even if it was just one player in VR and the other players were optional, you had to have one person in VR as a requirement or something. That'd be like keep talking, no one explodes.
Yeah, but yes, unfortunately, it flopped. The reviews were kind of. I noticed that they're local to me.
Yeah.
And we were going to do a big release of the game in the arcade because we've got shit tons of VR headsets there, and I was like, that's going to be brilliant. And obviously coronavirus, and then the reviews went, yeah, I don't really like it.
And these reviews make and break the games, unfortunately.
Yes, well, I mean, the reviews say, yeah, I'm not going to argue with them.
Just when there's a lot of money riding on it, I suppose, and you know.
I'm
So
gonna.
here comes Gordon the wooden train. See what he does. I changed it from Percy to Gordon because it just made sense that get more carriages on there and just stick it in. You know.
Oh, that's a sharp turn, though.
Yeah. Need to fix that. Fix it in a minute.
Yeah. To be fair,
49,000.
we might need to upgrade the Gordons with the goods, but they're quite short. So Gordon the Good Engine and Gordon the Good Engine 2, they're very short trains, but they aren't here. Where are they? I do have them on my. Oh, Gordon the Good Engine 2 is coming back. Gordon the Good Engine is leaving. So we should probably upgrade their legs.
I watched some of the Command Carrier 2 trailers. It seems like it has like a dot war aspect to it, where it's like less off-putting than it would be in Supreme Commander.
What?
You are like not missing on the 3D models because there are not any great 3D models to be looked at.
Dawn of War, I think Shalka said.
Yeah, I mean, you'll only see your carrier. I mean, I've only played the first one. So in the first one, you could drive amphibious tanks on to capture the island. You could bombard it from a distance, or you could fly planes, or you could drive the carrier. Its biggest problem was it wasn't multiplayer. I'd always said that multiplayer Carrier Command would have been amazing. Multiplayer Carrier Command with VR and full motion support. I'm like, motion control support. I'm like, I'm going to give it a whirl. I think we all enjoyed Star Trek Bridge Crew. It just got old very quickly, unfortunately, which is a shame. But with this one, I think it's worth giving it a go. And I do understand to a certain degree that it is the same as Pulsar or what's the other one of Artemis. But I'm a huge fan of. Carrier Command was one of my absolute favourite games as a child. Like, absolutely, the nostalgia is strong, and if it is like this, then I will definitely give it a go. And I honestly think we should discuss Among Us this. And I'm just gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna grab a drink, and then I have a question, which is how much do games cost? So back in a second. Grab a drink. You should hydrate too.
Do we have any cooperation going on with the industry chains?
Say it again? You're super quiet. Or
Do
the
we
sound
have
of
any
this-
industry chains, or are we owning our own industries?
Pretty much each seems to be owning their own, unless Max and DJ are canoodling together better. But I find my oil, transport it to whatever closest it is, and then just shove it into whatever town is nearby. Although I'm starting to connect into you, your big triple city, because I needed someplace to dump goods.
Does that make the town grow faster?
It grows every 105 days. But I'm also moving passengers around with it, trying to get them to grow faster, because they don't like me. This one's actually starting to grow. They still hate my guts. But your little town doesn't despise me. Let's see what these town cars do. Streetcars, whatever.
Gordon, I don't believe you. Your cat's favourite beverage is milk, whether or not she should be drinking it. Question. How much should we pay for games? So, we've paid some games on the stream. Like, I say Scrap Mechanic. That's 15 quid, and I wasn't sure if I'd enjoy it, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Other games, like Transport Tycoon, has been free, and there are thousands of hours. There have been games that I haven't played for very long, but I've really enjoyed. But what's your sort of thoughts on how much games should be and how much you should get out of them? So, like, at the other end, Portal is an amazing game. Thoroughly love Portal, and it's brilliant. And you play the whole game beginning to end in 6 hours, but it's brilliant for what it is. At the other end of the spectrum, this game has thousands of hours, but it's free. So, Aliens Fireteam is coming out, and apparently it's Left 4 Dead, essentially Left 4 Dead with an alien skin. And all the previews are going, holy shit, this looks good. But at what point do we say, nah, let's not get it? Like, what's the criteria?
I mean, I like leasing games if there's, something to be had from that lease that's more tangible than owning every single one of those games. So,
Yeah.
Say for example, you've got Xbox Game Pass and you can access, a couple of £1 million worth of games. You can go, I'll try that one, I'll try that one, I'll try that one.
Yeah.
And you're paying your £10 or whatever it is for that pleasure. Great. But at the end of the day, you don't own the game. But I think that owning of the game is very intangible anyway, because of the way of the content being all digital these days anyway.
Yeah. A lot of games you don't want for a long time, though.
Out of that.
Right, a lot of games
Well, it's good value.
But a lot of games you don't want for a long time, though, do you? Like you want them this year, but not next year. Most of them, I mean.
You could argue for both. I mean, if you're going for MMOs, for example, you're talking about 4 or 5 years if you're going in the long haul. If you're going to, like, new MMO coming out, we're going to play this, like the Lottery one, for example. I played that for about 4 years solid. That was the go-to game,
Yeah.
And all my mates were sort of, buy new rigs for this. We all bought new rigs, got really excited about it. Committed to putting in Founders Edition subscription, so we gave the £100 up to sort of start the primary sort of game going,
Yeah.
and that, and that was £100. We still, and that was quite good. We thought £100 is a bit excessive, but that's effectively 10 months. If you play it for 12 months, you've made your money back. You've had more ROI, more return on investment, sort of thing, than you spent on it, and your quid's in then. I'd balk at paying £50 for a game, but it depends what the content is and how much time I think I'll get out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you've also got the thing that I found with some games that you can get plenty of hours out of it, but like Wreckfest, even if I played Wreckfest for one evening, I'd probably get 20 quid's worth of fun, because it's very condensed fun. Whereas some other games, you get more length of fun, but it's not high grade fun. Like I don't get fun out of Transport Tycoon. That's not the right word for it. I enjoy it. It's entertainment, but it's not like wee ha ha hoo wee. It's
lots of laughs and giggles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different type of entertainment. Yes, and that's where it gets tricky.
What is this madness?
And that's where I'm say Aliens Fireteam. The previews have been glowing, and I'm like, oh, am I going to risk it? Grab it day one, and then I was like, thinking to myself, at what point do I go? Yeah, I should. Or even at what point should we just buy games for the stream and go, let's give it a bash, and play it once, go, nah.
If it's something like that, though, I wouldn't want to spend more than maybe $10 tops.
What, $10?
Or
That's low.
If it's just something if it's something that we're pretty much expecting to only play once and then just move on with our lives.
Did you play? What was it called? Oh shit! Not Hang On. Heave Ho with us.
Yes, I played with my kids the other night.
Yeah, but so did you see Heave Ho, Tad? Then.
I must have missed it.
Okay, so how am I going to describe it? So it's a multiplayer local physics game. It was fucking brilliant, wasn't it? It was absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure if I'll ever play it again. I put 4 hours in, and the game costs $12. But it was great. I might play again, I might not, but I really enjoyed that 4 hours. And that's where it gets trickier, because if it was a brilliant 4 hours, is that better or worse than a so-so 10 hours? Like, which would you rather out of your games? I mean, obviously you want a brilliant 10 hours, but that's less common, I think.
Very.
It's a matter of how often you go back to it, I think, rather than just going, I'm never going back to it.
Yeah.
Replayability.
It's really that terrible. Yeah, I mean, that Heave Ho's got a lot of replayability, which is what I...
Yeah, but...
I was glad I bought it, because I was like, I'm going to play this. I played it with my kids the other day, and yeah, there was some struggling to work out what the hell to do and how to do it, but it was, there was some screaming, there was some shouting, there was some laughing, there was some more shouting, but it was good.
Yeah, but in this case, assume that I paid $12, £8 for it. I've played it for 4 hours, that's £2 an hour, and I'm never going back to it. But I had fun. I enjoyed those 4 hours. They were great 4 hours, no complaints, and I never go back to it. Have I got my money's worth?
Yeah, you get your nephews and nieces coming around.
Yeah, but let's assume for sake of argument that I never go back to it for whatever reason.
You've not got your return on investment.
Well, I paid £2 an hour for good fun. So what else can you do for £2 an hour? Apart from your mum. £2 an hour? Only if you go on the shove halfpenny machines and just don't do anything else. But £2 an hour, I mean, there's very little you can do for £2 an hour as an entertainment. I mean, oh God, I can't think of anything. I mean, if you buy, huh? Swimming? Yeah. I you say that. Swimming.
That's right, actually.
Full prices UK.
That's more like £5 or something.
I think for games it's more about how much time it needs to be enjoyed, which for some games can be quite extensive. The amount of fun extracted.
Yeah, but
fair point.
But my point is here. Assuming I had a good time, how much should I? So I try wherever I can to try and hit £1 an hour per things if I can. If I can't hit £1 an hour, I'll try and hit £1 a day. Depending on what it is. So like my chair, I said this is a £500 chair, but I'll hit £1 a day within a year and a bit. I hit £1 an hour within 3 months or something, and that tends to be what I try. And when I think about car insurance, my Impreza cost me about £1 a day. I'll go with that. Insurance plus road tax, maybe £2 a day, and that's all right. I can stomach that. Obviously, I can't have unlimited things at £2 a day. I'll run out of money. But for computer games, if I hit £1 an hour of enjoyment, I'm happy. Grounded would not have been it. We played Grounded for. Actually, we can have a look. See how long we played Grounded for. Actually, maybe it doesn't tell you. But I didn't
say you've played it for this long.
Yeah, I'm not sure it does on the Xbox, but let me have a look. because I didn't enjoy. I wanted to enjoy my time. So Grounded is again the game I use is the example of games that I thought I would really like, and I liked it to begin with, and then I just liked it less and less and less and less and less. Oh my god!
Yeah. You start off with a neutral sort of position and go.
Yeah. Whereas Scrap Mechanic, I really didn't think I was going to like it, and it just grew on me and grew on me and grew on me.
Yeah.
The thing about
how many games have you been unhappy to have played or both?
I'm just gonna see if it says how long I've played it for. I think it might say it on my Xbox, but not on my PC. Games that I've played that I regret buying. I mean, not many, but I do tend to get quite picky on my games. I do tend to.
So it's more about anxiety.
Because you value your time.
Yeah.
Having a bad time.
Well, like Mini Motorways is another example. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I played it for 4 hours. I came back the next day. I played it, and I'll probably never play it again. And I think it's great. And it was, it's a £5. Part of it is I'm trying to work out if we should investigate. If we were to play a game, and it might be good, it might be not, but we'll probably only play it one evening. So a 3-hour stream. What is your personal... For 3 hours of fun, I will pay more. And obviously, as a computer game, you would like it to be hundreds of hours, but that is not always possible.
We need the free trials back.
It's hard to make that judgment call because it's an emotional and financial investment on the back of someone else saying, "Let's do this."
Yeah. Well, that's why.
Yeah, let's go to the pub. How much money are you going to spend? You don't really think of it. Oh, I'm going to limit myself to £50.
Not
or whatever,
Xbox. That's the Xbox Pass right there.
Imagine going to a pub, Max, and only spending £2 an hour. Let me know how many drinks you get.
Well, I usually have a packet of crisps and nibbles straight off the bat. So.
Yeah, well, that's it. You're not going to get anything else the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
But I mean, something like Unrailed, which is possibly fun. I think it might be more frustrating than fun. I don't know. And it's 50. Well, it's currently 55% off. It's £15.
Yeah.
And I've looked at that one, going. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, if more of us have got it, we should probably play it. I like the idea. I don't like the fucking art style. Ugh.
Yeah.
What game?
Unrailed.
Unrailed. It's not very well.
Unrailed?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I should.
You have a train which moves without anyone controlling it, basically, and you have to keep up.
I should probably, if I had more time, I would buy more games. As it is, I try and pick the games I play very carefully to ensure I like them. On Game Pass, I don't. Sometimes I'll just set my Xbox and go, don't like that. Oh, it's crap, delete. Don't know this. I don't even get past the intro story going, I don't care. I play one game, and it does that thing where each character says like 10 lines, and each time you press skip, it skips one line. I'm like, dude, if I skip the first line, I probably want to skip the rest as well. But yeah, Game Pass is good because I do end up playing with things, and I like Trailmakers. I mean, I played Trailmakers on the Xbox, but there's no way any of us would have paid money for that. But when we got it, we go, this is great. And the same thing with what's the one that Sai recommended that I played? Time Warpers. I fucking love Time Warpers. I'd love to play that on stream, but I don't know if I could commit to anyone else. It's worth the money. I've played it quite a lot now. Now that says I play it for 23 hours.
Isn't almost that our function in some respect?
What? To play what I tell you?
Convincing others to enjoy the games that we do.
Well,
in terms of what we're streaming, because if you really wanted to find out what a game was like without actually committing any money to it, you go right, YouTube review, blah, and watch someone else play and go, would this be something I would enjoy doing? And it's even watching someone else play a game. I watched my mate play a couple of rally games the other day. I was like, wow, that's really cool. He had the steering wheel and the pedals and everything. I was like, wow, that's really cool. And I'd go, I was fucking awful at it.
Yes.
But I get the idea, and it wasn't. I don't know if it'd be a game I enjoyed, to be honest, without having this decent steering wheel and pedals to go with it.
Yeah.
Even then, he's obviously spent a lot more time on that game than I had to get as good as he had at it. To just go, oh yeah, let's just casually do this, and you're like, bloody hell. So there's also that element of, you can look at someone else playing the game and go, would I enjoy it?
Yeah.
But then you've got to take into consideration also how much time have they ploughed into it to make it look as easy to play as they are.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, some games aren't... You get the most out of them when you get good at them. I mean, Live for Speed is a good example. The first time you play Live for Speed, a lot of time you're just like, the fuck is going on? Like, what? You come at the first corner, you brake, you steer, you crash, going, what? Huh? And that does require you either you put a lot of time or someone gives you a helping hand. But yeah, this has just been something to say. Time Warpers is something. If you guys went, let's play Time Warpers, I'll be like, fuck yes. I think it's great. It's an idle game and a first-person shooter all at once, and with some completely and brilliant original ideas. I've played it quite a lot, and I keep coming back to it. And it surprised me because I looked at it and went, oh god, I hate the art style. I played it and went, I wish the art was better.
That's kind of weird because from the same developer, that Time Rifters, I got interested in that, but then nobody else got. So I think part of the challenge is like coordinating that we are interested in the same thing at the same time. Like an assurance contract type of thing where if everybody would agree that then everybody would be happy, but if only one person is interested and others are like dragged along, then it's not like working situation.
Yeah, I mean, I do try and, holy moly, a train just made us 150,000. What train that was?
Wow.
Blimey.
Wow.
We are in the positive. I mean, this is why I stick games that I'm like on the fence about, even slightly on my wish list. Because then I can say, hey, blah, blah, blah is on the wish list. And we're like, oh, we should try that. I'm going to be sad when we run out of content for Scrap Mechanic. And I've done a tentative look at modding. And it appears that you can only mod in creative, not survival. Which is a shame. I think. It's a little bit vague. That will sadden me when we run out because I don't know of anything else like it. But maybe we should try games that people say are a bit like it and see if we can...
We've been telling you for years to play Space Engineers.
Yeah, but I don't know anyone who likes Space Engineers.
I started playing it.
Yeah.
It's one of those games. Like, I enjoy it, but... Oh, let me go. Yeah, I've almost got 1,000 hours in it. I've been working on the same ship for most of it. It's terrible.
Yeah, this is the thing.
The idea of it, but not the execution.
Yeah, I know.
It's a really nice ship.
I know lots of people who play Space Engineers, but I don't know anyone who enjoys it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like Kerbal. I know lots of people who play Kerbal, but no one who goes, yeah, it's fucking brilliant. Going, yeah, it's just kind of like it.
Kerbal is fun.
Yeah. I just feel it's like a drunken abusive husband who you loved when you were younger and now you're just kind of stuck with them. I feel it's that kind of love-hate relationship. But yeah, Space Engineers, yes, I know, but Space Engineers... I really love the way Scrap Mechanic is making me design vehicles to solve physics puzzles in a survival game with the puzzles I'm solving are ones I have made myself. I'm gonna take down the rock formation. I'm gonna make a machine to cut down trees in an exciting way, or whatever. And I really like that. Like, I really, really, really like the way that's done. And I don't believe Space Engineers is quite the same thing, is it?
No. Or it offers the same challenge, but the amount of time it takes to solve that problem is far and above way more ridiculous.
Well, that's where I was saying the other day, if you get a bit of free time to play Scrap Mechanic on your own, go into creative mode and just have a go at making some things, because then you haven't got the waste of the resources
the same with
to
Space
deal with.
Engineer.
I'd argue it's not the same, because obviously we can't play that. But anyway, my point I was trying to make was that you can practice without the cost of having to go, oh, I need this resource, I need this. Oh, quick run, defend the base, do this, do that. Quick, what was I doing? I've forgotten what I was doing. You know, you can just try things out and go, right, that works, that doesn't work. You know, or I don't know how to do this. I'll have to Google that bit. You know, so you know how to do the things when you come into the survival mode. You know?
But now pretend.
I have
pretend
this experience, but that I like if I play with lots of pieces first and then go to survival, then I'm like, I have to do the grind, and then when I first do the grind and then I'm free to experiment, then it's like I'm happy about having the grind, but if I do the grind afterwards, it really feels more like work.
Imagine, Max, that in our current game of Scrap Mechanic, we played the same number of hours, and we've just built our first vehicle. Imagine that's the situation we're in. Like, imagine that's what Space Engine is. I mean, I don't know if it's quite that bad. I couldn't say, but that's what I would be kind of. That's what I've kind of gotten from it. Is it's really slow. It's also I just love the open world, and there's resources to go and get and build cool machines to achieve getting the resources, and I'm like, that's great. And it really saddens me that Trailmakers multiplayer isn't an awful lot more like Trailmaker single player, because Trailmaker single player is a big open world, and you start off with a very minimal amount of pieces, and you have to recover all the pieces from the world through exploring. And I mean, I'd like this in Scrap Mechanic. Imagine if we didn't just go and get the resource to craft wheel. You go, I found a big wheel. We're like, oh, brilliant. If we can find another big wheel, we can do it. And it's not just make it. You have to go scavenging for the bits. And that would be cool. And I don't know of any games like that, like survival games in vehicles.
Maybe we're a bit like Raft, where the vehicle is your survival.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bear in mind, Raft and Scrap Mechanic are the same people.
Oh, really?
Are they?
Yes. If you go into creative, you can put a shark on a raft on your vehicle. Yeah, but it's the same. It acts a lot. That's why Esmia immediately bought the game. She's like, it's by Axolot, they deserve my money. No ifs, no buts, done.
Alright, do you still hate me? Yes, you do. Jesus.
I think I have had my train fill. I'm trying to replay my loan, but I think this is going to be set for automatic mode.
No, that's fine. So we are going to be doing, the plan is live for speed for tomorrow. As people talk me into Scrap Mechanic, which is fine. And then I'm away Friday, Saturday, and then on Sunday, it is Wreckfest. And we are going to be playing the new Carmageddon, I'll say DLC, the Carmageddon patch for Wreckfest, which I've tested very briefly, and it's great because I'm like, surely I already know this track, I've done it loads of times. If you've been collecting your fame, the Eagle is 1,000 fame, 100,000 fame, sorry. It doesn't appear to be particularly overpowered or anything, it's just a cool looking vehicle.
Nice.
Why is
have fun with that.
Why is this vehicle so unbelievably knackered? Like, it's loading really slowly.
Where who, huh?
Gordon the
Is it
passenger.
too long again?
No, I've made it really short. It must be something else. But yeah, Wreckfest is another one. So we got Wreckfest on Game Pass, and I went, oh my god, I have so missed out on not playing this game. Like, I really good. Much better than I expected. I was like,
Gordon the Pasture Chain actually isn't making us any money.
Gordon the Passenger Chain 3.
No, 2.
Possibly. Some of these remember, they're not making money, they're delivering stuff to Mega Exchange, which is, oops, which one is that? Sorry, where is it? Which one now? Gordon the Passenger Train. Gordon the Passenger Train 2.
Hi, Max.
That's going to Drodfield West. Yeah, I mean, we should be on to monorails, more monorails by this time next week. So your Drodfield. Ah, yes, because Drodfield West, you see, is a little teeny tiny town. So I'm growing Drodfield. Well, I'm trying to. It says town is not growing. So yeah, that's the goal there. It will make money, but sometimes you just have to lose money for 50 years on a train.
Ugh. Trodville? Looking.
Right.
Man, Shulka is just everywhere.
Yes, he is. Well, I am off to bed, so I will save the game here.
Sweet.
And say next time we will definitely hit monorails. So it's Live for Speed tomorrow. Wreckfest Monday, no, Sunday. So make sure you download the patch in advance. And
I can't believe it's breakfast with you all. The internet just doesn't work.
well, I mean, maybe they've improved it. It's always worth a try.
That's true.
But yeah, that's the picture of Wreckfest Carmageddon. I'm like, oh, I'm so that makes me super duper happy. That's brilliant, and you get to run over zombies, so awesome. So yeah, that's what we're doing on Sunday, and then Monday we are back into Scrap Mechanic. So thank you all for watching, and I hope some of you will be joining us for Wreckfest. It was getting good with that massive pack of vehicles, and if I could just persuade you guys to just patiently take the first corner, because it was good, and then I just saw Jay goes 2 corners and go, right, I'm going for it. It's like, don't do that, Jay. That's just wait.
No.
Now, well, you'll learn. As I said, races are not won on the first corner, but they are lost on the first corner. So I'm not actually sure that's a real saying, but it definitely fits. I'm going to check. Races are not won on the first corner.
If it wasn't previously.
Say again, Ashalka?
It's saying now, if it wasn't previously.
Oh, Garth Steen apparently said, this is a rule of racing. No race has ever been won on the first corner, but many have been lost there. I don't know who Garth Steen is. But apparently it was already a phrase. But I've never heard of him. But basically, it's true, and I'm just going to claim responsibility for that saying. So yeah, hope to see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. And if you have been, thanks for listening. I can't say that.